All right, everybody, how you doing? All right, we're gonna be starting in just a moment. I'm so excited to be on here today with you. I want to welcome everybody to this Rich Girls Trade, Rich Guys Trade 2 leadership call. You know what we did? Baby, we did it. We did it with the help of all of these chairmen and all of these wonderful women and men around the world. All the lines are full. We have opened the Chairman Vault. This is a really big deal. We've opened the Chairman Vault to all of the secrets, all of the wealth secrets that are going to be shared with you tonight from some of the most exciting men and women around the world. I'm talking chairmen who own their own airplanes, not one, but two, have their own oil wells, own their own corporations, right? I mean, they live some of the most magnificent lifestyles. And we're making many of them co-hosts right now. They're leaving whatever they were doing and they're jumping onto this webinar. And I just want to welcome each and every one of you tonight. Again, my name is Tamara Young. I am your Chairman 50. I am your servant leader. We're here to serve you and to help you and to welcome you tonight and to let you know we're so glad you're a part of this Rich Girls Trade, Rich Guys Trade family and all of the other organizations that fall under this umbrella. We were just the blessed ones who got here first, right? And we're so thankful. We'd be nothing without you. So I want to just take this time to thank you, each and every one of you, for joining on. It is not too late to send out a blast to your team, your organization. I see you all calling in from Japan, from China, from Amsterdam, New Zealand. We see you, UK. We know what time it is. We're so glad you're here. Anguilla, Belize, Senegal, Puerto Rico, Portugal. Didn't know we had a team there. Awesome, awesome. You'll have to let me know who brought you on. Italy, Paris. Awesome. Nicole, hello. Welcome, welcome. So listen, Tammy George, hello. Oh, we see you all. I'm so happy. Send out a final blast. Let your team know it is happening right now. It is fire over here. It is fire. We are going to feature some insights and wealth secrets and strategies from our partners all throughout the team. These are chairmen who have hit the most pivotal position in iMarkets Live. They did it in a short amount of time. They are creating lifestyles, as you know, that most men and women who work traditional jobs, and they're grateful for them, but they can only dream of the lifestyles we've created over here. I want to thank you all. What I want to do right now is stop talking and get into all this good stuff. I want to turn the call over to my better half, my other half, my partner, the one who started trading. I watched him, girls. I watched him turn what? $1 into $600 in a matter of minutes. And it blew my mind. Hello, everyone. Hey, Joe Ganta. I see you all waving. Hey, Dr. Bethley. I watched you trade, baby. Yep. I watched you trade. Yep. And I said, I want it. What did I say?
You said, I want to do that. That sounds sexy.
Yeah, that's it. That sounded sexy. And the rest is, you know, it became history. And the Lord started blessing us with women and men around the world who wanted to learn how to do this too. We didn't want to build an organization initially, but we had no choice. You know, you can't keep blessings like this to yourself. And that's what tonight is about. We want to show you all what we're doing to get the word out. We want to show you what this year has in store. We want to allow you to look into our eyes and see what we've seen after more than a decade in this industry. You're going to get tonight about 200 years, 300 years, 400 years, right? So without further ado, I want to turn it over to a gentleman who is no stranger to this industry. Many call him a veteran, and he is. You know, he's helped men and women in over 100 countries get on the other side of money, and I'm so grateful for him. This man is such a wonderful provider. He's a wonderful partner, and more importantly, his commitment to our team is just second to none. I watch you, baby, and I'm spellbound at how you're able to be there for everybody and still be there for us, and I thank you and I love you for that, okay? So listen, I want you all to just type in the chat, show your Chairman 50 some love. None other than one of the sharpest men I've ever met, one of the most intriguing gentlemen I've ever met. He knows more about this industry than most people, you know, he's forgotten more than what most people will ever learn, right?
Right.
In this industry. So without further ado, I'm turning it over to you, babe. Take it away.
All right. Hey, all right, man. Ladies and gentlemen, hey, listen, I love my wife to death, and, you know, we do this business. We have a lot of fun with each other, and, you know, it's blessed to have a partner that shares the same type of vision that you have. And when you have the same type of goals, and the person that is with you, doesn't matter if you keep missing the shot that she allows you to keep on shooting. The shot doesn't matter if you win, lose, just keep on shooting. And there's nothing better to be in business with someone who actually shares those same type of goals. So I thank her for allowing me to actually do this, because we actually had a pinky promise that there was no more network marketing. It was a pinky promise that we broke. So I just want to thank each and every one of you, ladies and gentlemen, for getting on this call today. This call is for our chairman to let you guys know the type of talent that we have in this particular team. And, you know, I'm just thankful and grateful for all the leadership that we do have. We want to run like a scalded dog this year to run to chairman, get as many people as we can to chairman this year. And we just want people to go along the ride. But again, it takes a lot of hard work, dedication, focus in the midst of adversity, in the midst of pain, to get to the top. And you're going to hear from some people today who are just some of the creme de la creme, some of the best of the best. We've been blessed to have some awesome talent in this particular team. But what I'm going to do real quick is I want to hand over the reins before I start speaking to our executive vice president. This gentleman actually was kind enough to grace us with his presence, on this call today. And I'm so thankful and grateful that he's here. He actually is out there, leading from the front, making it happen. And I want to bring on, we're going to bring on our executive vice president, Mr. Alex Morton. Just come on here, just say a few words. What's up, Alex Morton?
What's up, Lawrence and Tamara Young? Super excited to be here with you guys tonight. I'm over here in Miami, Florida. Been going hard all day. Super excited about just all the momentum happening around the world in iMarkets Live. Now is definitely a great time to really set some big goals and really set a blueprint and a game plan, and really plug into the leadership of this team, of this family, of this organization. I'm so grateful for Lawrence and Tamara Young. They're two of the just really great people. They're just really good people with big hearts. And, when I came into this company, Lawrence is actually the first person to actually pick up the phone and call me. I was a little bit nervous, like, hey, I'm coming into this company. There's already people making a lot of money. I'm vice president of sales at the time. I don't know how people are going to really take that. I'm younger than a lot of the people in the company, blah, blah, blah. And Lawrence calls me. He's like, hey, bro, just want to let you know we're super pumped up to have you here. Can't wait to work with you. Can't wait to rock with you. Welcome to the IML family. So I will never forget that phone call 31 months ago. As crazy as that sounds, 31 months ago. So I just want to say you guys you're in an amazing umbrella with amazing Chairman 10s and Chairman 25s and Chairman 50s. But I got to say, Lawrence and Tamara are just great people, and I just have a lot of respect and admiration for them. I've been up to Detroit several times with them, and all over the country, the islands and some of their groups in the Caribbean and stuff like that. But I just want to come on here, let everybody know, hi, number one. Number two, I appreciate all of you guys. And, number three, it's a new year. It's, what is it, February 5th now. And you got, 11 months of 2019 to make 2019 your greatest year ever. But it's only going to be your greatest year ever if you plug in and really get to work. I shared a couple of thoughts earlier today with a couple leaders over at my house, and they were just asking me a couple questions, and I said, you know what? It's great to read the books and listen to the audios and all that kind of stuff, but at some point, like Les Brown talks about, you have to develop hunger. You have to develop hunger for your goals and your dreams. I know a lot of you on here, you might just be traders. You're like, hey man, I'm just IML Academy, I'm IML TV. I just want to learn how to trade. I want to trade. Guys, trading is amazing, but there's no residual income in trading. I believe in trading, obviously. I think it's an amazing skill set. But people like Ahmed get paid every single Friday a lot of money. People like Dr. China get paid every single Friday a lot of money. Rashard Duncan every single Friday a lot of money. Randy and Wanda Webb every single Friday a lot of money. So I would encourage even the great traders on here to also look at building a business, to referring, 2 people, 5 people, 10 people into the business. Do some presentations, do some events. I've been in the industry now. It'll be 8 years for me. I believe in 5 days, it will be my 8th year in the industry of network marketing. And I find myself working harder today than I did when I was a broke 21-year-old kid eating ramen noodles at Arizona State University, because I'm driven by so many internal forces. And, you know, one of those things is I have a desire to help as many people as I physically can. You know, I go to Trinidad this weekend, and then I'm going to Ecuador and Colombia and Brazil. When I get those flyers done with the venues and the times, I'm going to get them in the Chairman 25 chat. They will get dispersed to all of you and all of your teams. So if you have teams or family members and friends in any of these markets that I'm in, send them, you know, to the event. I'll help you close them into your business. But in terms of you really taking action, you know, just understand you're part of an amazing company. You know, this hasn't been publicly said yet, but January 1 to February 1, we actually had an increase by over $2 million in total sales, $1.5 million in total volume in a 30-day period. That means over 7,000 new customers came into iMarkets Live family in the last 30 days. And that's with some people going out the back door, meaning we net gained over 7,000 new customers in January. So this company is about to do some amazing things. We've had a great run so far, but, you know, like the leaders on this call right now, they want the best for you. You know, Andre Campbell, Alex Bazzani, what's up, man? You know, obviously, you know, the Youngs, if Dr. Jewel's on here, Dr. Jewel, I mean, I can't name all the names right now, but I'm telling you, you know, these people know what they're doing, and they have the blueprint. And when they tell you how to build a business, you guys have got to, you guys can't just listen to it, but you have to listen to it, you have to hear it, you have to internalize it, and then you got to apply it. You know, if Tamara Young says, hey, you got to do 5-6 presentations a week to go Chairman 10 in the next 90 days, and you only do 2 to 3, you're not following instruction. You're not following direction. So I don't want to take too much time. I just want to say again, I'm thankful and grateful to the Youngs. I'm thankful and grateful for all of you. And just know you guys are in a sweet spot in a company right now that is doing things the right way. You know, we just brought on board a brand new CMO, a brand new COO. Both gentlemen have had experience in building billion-dollar companies in the industry of network marketing. Chris Terry he's prepping. He's spending literally over $1 million. It's almost weird to say that, but he's literally spending over 7 figures on this event coming up March 1, 2, 3 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Make sure you get your ticket. I know they're going to talk about that event here in a little bit. Make sure you get your ticket. Don't come alone. We got a promo going on right now. You guys have got to buy a ticket and buy a couple. Don't tell me you want to make $100,000 a year, but $297, it scares you somehow. You know, you guys spent that money on pizza and beer last night watching a boring Super Bowl, right? The best thing about that Super Bowl was the halftime show, right? So all I'm saying is you guys are in a great environment. You're in a great team. You're in a great family organization. And I have the utmost respect for the chairman leaders inside of this group. And the last thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to shut up, pass it back to King Lawrence Young over here. But I want to be, and I'm going to be more involved in this organization in 2019. I've given the green light to the top Chairman 50 leaders in this team, you know, the Tankards and Dr. China and the Youngs, to put me to work. I got to go do the Central America, South America situation, and I'm going to be in Europe in April. I know a lot of you guys have teams in Europe, so I'm going to be doing events for you guys in Europe in April. But when I get back after April, I want to do a U.S. tour, and I foresee, you know, why not? Why don't we do something fun and, you know, maybe myself in China or myself in Jewel or me and Lawrence or, you know, something. We just go do a United States tour. We go hit every major market you guys have, every new P5000 market. I want to come there. I want to do an event. I want to take the Platinum 600s and above, you know, to dinner, whether it's Detroit or Atlanta or New York or Florida, wherever it might be. As you can tell, I'm talking fast. I'm super excited right now because this company is going through the roof, and I want you to take advantage of this opportunity because it may not be like this, like it is right now in 2022 or 2025. But right now in 2019, February 5th is a great time for you to set some new goals, to start working hard. And last thing I'm going to say is work like it all depends on you, and pray and be grateful like it all depends on him. And I'm telling you, great things will happen in your life, and anything is possible. Take it from me. Anything is possible if you work hard and you believe. And again, you guys have amazing leadership in this group and in this team. These people are not just leaders. They are literally family to me. I can honestly say I love the people that lead this organization, and I genuinely mean that. So Tamara, Lawrence, I'm going to pass it back to you. I love you
Hey,
guys.
listen,
And
hey, Alex, before you
yes,
get off, man, I want to say congratulations, man, on speaking at the Grant Cardone event. I watched you. You was on stage. You smashed it.
So poised.
So proud of you, man. That's awesome, man. Incredible.
thank you. It definitely raised the awareness of our company for sure. So it
Yeah.
was amazing. Appreciate you guys. Love you. See you guys
I love
soon.
you guys. Appreciate you. See, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. We have our EVP that's stepping in. He's going to be helping us. Listen, we actually bring these leaders to the, we put their feet to the carpet. You guys may not know this, but what happens behind the scenes is, myself and some of the other chairman leaders, Dr. China, Dr. Jewel, who've been there since day one, we literally fight for you guys every single day to bring more value to what we do, to bring more awareness to this team, and handle problems, solutions. So we're always here to fight for you guys. And I say that to say this, whatever you're going through right now in life, in this business, see, this call is for leaders. People want to level up on a major level. And just like he says, there's nothing wrong with network marketing. Sometimes, I did a post on Facebook the other day. It's basically telling people that some people are basically hustling backwards. We get caught up into having umpteen degrees and more degrees in the thermometer, which is nothing wrong with higher education. But listen, my wife she has those. I got my degree from the School of Hard Knocks. But I'm telling you, residual income is the best type of income you could have. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with sharing some information with people that possibly could be life-changing. And whether you like it or not, or, liking it or loving it is not a prerequisite. I tell people, some people go to work every single day, complaining about the job, complaining about the income, complaining about no time freedom, complaining about the car they drive, the house they live in, but will continue to do that because they're super comfortable. Well, I'm telling you on this call, I'm calling arms right now, everyone to get uncomfortable. Like, make a commitment to get so uncomfortable that your family's uncomfortable, right? Let them know that, hey, we're about to reach a level of uncomfortability, and it's gonna be a little while, but trust me, after hard work, dedication, and focus, without quitting, I repeat, in the midst of hard times and adversity, do not quit, because that's the person that will actually end up not being an inspiration. Right. Because you can't inspire people by quitting. When the time gets tough, I sent a picture of a lighthouse that was actually getting destroyed by this water, right? And I was telling people, I sent it to a few friends or some of the people that's in the business who may be going through some situations in their life. And when you're going through those situations like the lighthouse, you always got to just stand tall and weather every single storm, whether water's coming from you every direction, storms are coming through you every direction, you have to stand still and have that light on at all times and let people know that you're the beacon of hope. Like, you have to go out there and finish this race for your family, right? In the midst of hard times, money problems, health problems, people passing away. People may not realize this. My mom was basically on her deathbed in January. Most people didn't even know it, but I still remain focused and do my business because I know that, you have to get money as issue out of the way so you can actually go do some great things to impact your church, your community, et cetera, et cetera. So what I want to do real quick, is bring on a young lady I've got a boatload of respect for. Listen, we got a lineup of talent tonight. What I want you guys to do is pull out your notepads. Your notepads are super, super important because, trust me, there's going to be times like this where you need to do a big leadership call like this for your team. So you need to have these notes. Leaders are readers and note takers, right? Trust me. So take notes, learn, grab these gold nuggets from, again, over 100+ years of experience in this industry, multi-millions of dollars that are earned in commissions. So what I want to do is bring on a young lady I had a boatload of respect for. When I actually got a few months after I was in the business, maybe 5 or 6 months when I was in IML, I took a call from a person I used to respect a lot in the industry, put me on the phone with another person who put me on the phone with Dr. Jewel Tankard, right? Unbeknownst to me, she had some other leaders like Dr. China on the call. So I'm doing this the best 3-way phone call you could ever have in your freaking life. She gets on the call, right? She gets on the call and she's like, look, I'm in. But when I got a chance to know this young lady and see the type of work ethic she has, the type of passion she has, the astute businesswoman she is, from being on television to having real estate, becoming like literally one of the best real estate people on the planet. She teaches people how to go out there and get money. And I love her because she's actually relentless in her work ethic, super serious, keeps family first, but always is out there as an inspiration. She's actually the first chairman 50 in our entire team, and actually one of the top, first 20, no, probably first 10 or 15 chairman leaders in iMarkets Live. So I want to bring on a good friend of mine, awesome business partner of mine, is Dr. Jewel Tankard on the line. Dr. Jewel, you there?
Hey, Can y'all hear me?
We hear you just fine, beautiful. I'm so
You
happy.
too. So good to see you. I was putting in the chat. I said, "Oh, she looks so pretty." With the little cute red lipstick, I love it, and the little peck and the little kiss. I said, "They're just too cute tonight." So anyway, I'm so excited. You know, Lawrence and Tamara, thank you so much, because when a mutual friend of ours called me almost 3 years ago, April, I told him that I wanted to talk to somebody that was really serious, right? That was really serious about building the business and that was actually trading. And he got me on the phone with Lawrence and Tamara, and it was probably about 12:30, 1 o'clock at night. So I was already impressed then, because I'm a late night person, and this is when I really am in my office right now. This is when I really get in there and get it going. So the fact that they took the time, and honest to God, to talk to me for about an hour and share their story with me, I knew immediately that this is absolutely something that I needed to do. One of the things that I really want to say is that iMarkets Live is definitely not just another business. And the revelation that I've really gotten is that you have to see this as a real opportunity to understand and learn about the evolution of money, right? Because it's not just about being in a position to make a lot of money. That's great. But really positioning yourself to multiply your money and have your money really work for you is what this is. You know, if you think about it, a couple years ago, there was no PayPal. A couple years ago, there was no Cash App. So money is going to continue to evolve, whether or not you know that it's happening or you participate in it happening, it's going to happen. And so what iMarkets Live does is it puts you in a position to understand one of the largest wealth transfers that's happening right now through trading foreign currency and cryptocurrency, right? And understanding digital assets, right? It used to just be hard assets, real estate, oil, gas, right? But now there's digital assets like cryptocurrency. And so you really, really need to get an understanding of what that is. Now, let me say this, because there are a lot of people on this call right now tonight that maybe you got in a couple years ago and you fell off. And I think Lawrence said something about that earlier. Tamara, one of them said that. Like, it really takes longevity. Like, it really takes being committed. You can't just make an emotional decision. You have to understand that, first of all, you're not going to understand everything overnight about trading. You can't have the mindset of, I'm going to sign up today, but then I'm going to quit in 3 months if I didn't make $1 million. Because the reality is we have a lot of people over here that have made a lot of money in a very short amount of time. So, you know, you can start hearing that. And if it doesn't happen for you, then you faint. But real wealth that's going to be generated is going to take you staying consistently engaged and plugged in. And so if you got in a couple years ago, I promise you, like, we're on a whole nother level. I think that's one of the things that I really enjoy most about working with iMarkets Live is that they are very cutting edge, very innovative, and very, very advanced from a technology standpoint. They continue to make improvements, make changes. And, you know, it's just like a pioneer that gets off the boat. You couldn't expect that the pioneers, as soon as they got the boat, think that they're going to expect to see a McDonald's. No. Why? Because it was a fresh landscape. And I think Alex mentioned that a minute ago. Like, we have a real opportunity now to, and like he said, it's not going to always be this way. So understand that positioning is very, very important. Every one of us has underdeveloped potential. All of us have undeveloped potential, right? The only way to develop that potential is to put yourself in a situation where you don't have a bunch of squad that everybody's broke. You need to get a new squad that are multimillionaires that are making moves. I mean, I had a conversation with Lawrence just the other day. We're just talking. Now, I just added on another product that we have about a month ago called Swipe Coins with one of our IML educators by the name of Picasso. And I particularly signed up with him because not only did I want to learn how to trade cryptocurrency, but I wanted to understand more about crypto and where it was headed and where it was going. So I'm just having a basic conversation with Lawrence, and Lawrence is like, yeah, you know, I'm saving Ripple every week. Well, that was my first Wealth Q. Then I had another Wealth Q because I was at Women Who Win conference, and Nick Gomez took the stage and shut the thing down. One of the strongest financial educators in iMarkets Live where crypto is concerned, and basically talked about how he trades cryptocurrency, and you'll have an opportunity to trade with him. He takes the money that he trades Bitcoin with, and he purchases Ripple, right? So that was my second Wealth Q. And then there were a couple other educators that had some conversations. We were just having casual conversations. So what happened? Those are what we call wealth cues. So if you start to implement and execute those wealth cues, you'll put yourself in a position that when the bulls take over in crypto, you set yourself up nicely. And now you're talking about coming into a 7-8 figure income very, very, very quickly. Listen, I'm telling you right now, there are going to be more Cinta and Dessa and Cinta millionaires made in this space within the next 5 years, and I believe than any other space. It's going to happen faster than ever before. You know, if you look at magazines like Fortune and Forbes, they all now have something that they're talking about where foreign exchange or cryptocurrency in particularly is concerned. So I really want you to make a decision tonight to reactivate. Many of you need to reactivate. You need to come to Unleash. See, here's the thing about growth. If you don't continue to put yourself in environments that stretch you, that provoke you, that change you, that move you, then you're going to end up just living the same life over and over again, because you're going to become a product of what you see. You become a product of what you hear. It was a casual conversation with Lauren. It was me sitting in a meeting of Women Who Win in Orlando, listening to Nick Gomez, one of our IML educators. I was talking to Lawrence today about another educator that you're getting ready to hear from, Andre Campbell, about how many pips he's picking up. So what am I saying? You're going to have an opportunity to get around people, and you're going to learn more wealth strategies in this digital space than any other platform that's out there. You know, the reality is, I'm going to say this and I'm going to turn it back to Lauren, or turn it over and bring on my sister, Dr. China. But let me say this, is that a lot of times with the old rules of money, they would say things like, oh, okay, turn your money over to the guy at Merrill Lynch, or turn your money over to the guy at Smith Barney. No. No, you want to, the real uber wealthy, they educate themselves. When you look at Warren Buffett, he gets in the trenches himself, right? Richard Branson just developed a plane with engineers and scientists. He had the right squad that were taking passengers to the moon, right? Richard didn't do that by himself. It was a squad of people, right? The reason I've been able to be a savvy real estate investor in oil and gas is not just because I'm so smart, even though I am, right? But I surround myself around geniuses. I surround myself around people that are smarter than me. Why am I making money in Forex? Why am I making money in cryptocurrency? Because of this amazing financial educational platform called iMarkets Live. So for those of you that have maybe been watching afar, or maybe you were in, but you got off, listen, make the decision tonight, right? Make the decision tonight. You have to make a decision. Start practicing making a decision. Some of you make decisions too slow, which is why your money is slow. You have to learn how to make decisions a lot quicker, and then stick with your decision. Stick with your decision. Allow this money squad, allow us to partner with you. As we learn, we all learn together. So, you know, when I first heard about this opportunity, you know, everybody has like a money squad, right? So I was like, okay, one of the first people that I called was my beautiful, anointed, powerful sister, Dr. China Bethley. I was like, okay, and it was funny because we were doing another deal or whatever, dealing with precious metals, and I called and I was kind of like, okay, girl, well, I don't really want to, you know, you don't really have to come over, but I'm telling you that everything is in me is jumping. It was like when Mary saw Elizabeth, the Bible says the baby leaped. When I heard about iMarkets Live, everything in me shut up. Everything in me was like, go, girl, go, girl, go. I didn't have to pray. I didn't have to call and ask my honey Ben. I just jumped right in and said, you know what? I know that this is something that I need to do. And so anyway, that's exactly what I did. So I called China and I was telling her about the money. She said, girl, you need to stop playing right now. Send me this link. There's nowhere in the world you're about to tell me about these larger numbers and think I'm just going to sit back on the sidelines. I know how these things work. And so I'm so proud of her because, you know, she has 2 small children, a beautiful teenager, right? And a husband, right? She is a family woman. And I love that. That was something that Lawrence said that really stuck out to me that I love about our squad. We love God. We love our families. You know what I mean? Nobody's out here leaving family or any of those things. We have our priorities together. And that's huge, that when you can work with a group of people that have the same core values. And so I called Dr. China. She signed up immediately, and we've been running ever since. You know what I love about her is that even with the children, you know, whether they're at home because, you know, maybe they're, you know, receiving a healing in their body or something is going on or this, that, or the other. I've seen her walk through many things, but she's never slowed down. She's never been distracted. She's never said, Jewel, I have to take a week off. or Jewel, I can't do this anymore. I thank God for her because there's so many people that you have to motivate. There's so many people that you have to encourage. But when I tell you, I've never, ever had to get this girl back up on the horse. She has stayed on the horse, ran Chairman 50, no other than the powerful, beautiful, anointed Dr. Janet Bethany.
Oh my goodness.
Can you hear me?
Okay for the music? Okay for
You got
the
theme
music.
music, girl.
Oh my goodness. First of all, what a gorgeous looking group of people. Dr. Jewel, you look absolutely amazing. Lawrence and Tamra, I mean, you guys look like you're straight up out of a magazine. I'm super excited for this incredible lineup. So good night, everyone. Please. I'll catch you guys tomorrow for that part, but can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Perfectly.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I'm so excited to be on. What an amazing concept. Lawrence, Tamara, thank you so much for opening up the vault so that everyone that is a part of this amazing family has an opportunity to meet their aunts and uncles and cousins and everyone else, because it's such an amazing family. So I want to say thanks again to my phenomenal sister, Dr. Jewel Tanker, for thinking enough of me to not leave me out of this deal. You know, she's so right. We were doing something else at the time, and many of you that are listening in may be in the midst of something right now, but the truth is it wasn't working for me. And I'll be really transparent with you guys tonight. I was still going to sit in that place that I was in, even though it wasn't working for me. Can you close it? Even though it wasn't working for me, because sometimes we are loyal to a default. And I didn't really know if this was going to work for me, but I'm so grateful that I said yes. I'm so grateful that I was willing to be coachable in this space, because I promise you, for those of you that are hearing this for the first time, or those of you that are brand new, those of you that are a little bit nervous, those of you who've been on for a while and maybe you didn't get the results that someone else got, those of you who are at a point in your life where you're making big decisions for what you're going to do with the rest of your life, those of you who are, you know, in a situation with your health, with your family, with transition, I can promise you that this has been the biggest blessing of my life financially. But it wasn't just because I said yes. It wasn't just because Dr. Jewel reached out to me. It wasn't just because my husband was super supportive and he went out and he went to the big event and he met everybody to see that this was real. It wasn't just because of those things. It was really because I had to make a serious decision. I had to make a serious commitment that I didn't want to just do this because I was hungry. Because the reality is, you know, I was just reflecting when I first got involved in the industry of network marketing. It went against everything that I was taught. Like most of us, we were taught, you know, to do things a certain way. We were taught to just stay focused and go down the path that everybody else was going down. But when you're going against the grain, you have to expect a bit of adversity. And I remember being in a challenging space in my life where I had to get on board and work it like my life depends on it. One of the things that I can tell you right now that I believe is a significant difference between those that are winning at very, very high levels and those that are just getting by is really the goal that you set for your life. Many times it's not necessarily that you can't do something or that you don't know how to do it. I believe that many times we set our goals too low. We set our goals in a place of our comfort zone. We set out to do what we know that we can accomplish and what we know that we can achieve. I want to encourage everybody that's on the line tonight to examine what it is that you really want. Like, take all of the limits off, take all of the past hurt off, take all of the experience off that you had in the last 3 months. Because if I ask you what your 90-day goal is, many times people will think about what they did in the last 90 days and they'll say, well, I think I can do this, or they think about what sounds convenient. And I really believe that one of the reasons that some people have not yet hit the goals that they set out to hit is because the target is just way too low. I need you to elevate that. Why? Because there's certain people that God wants to align in your life, but they can't fit in your small goal. There's certain people that God wants to connect you with, he's ready to connect you with, but because your goal is so small, their goals cannot fit on the inside of your goal. So they have to bypass you and find someone like a China, because I'm going to set some supernatural goals in 2019, because I don't just need to make sure that my family is covered. I don't just need to make sure that the things that God has set out for me to do is done. I need to make sure that the people that he has assigned me to can find me, because my goal is big enough for their goals to fit on the inside of. I honestly think, in fact, let me say this differently. I believe that many of the people that are on the line They have chairman all on the inside of them. You know you are a chairman. When you look in the mirror, you see a chairman. You might not see it in your back office yet. Maybe the manifestation has not happened yet, but you know that there's something so great about you. You know that God only made one of you. You are so unique. You are so intelligent. You have so many gifts, yet you've been underserving those gifts. You've been playing it small. I'm going to do this for a moment and I'm going to give it back to Lawrence because I don't want to go this deep, but this is for somebody on this call tonight. There is some of you that are on the call tonight that are literally still holding on to baggage from when you were 5, from when you were 8, from when you were 10, from when you were 12. And you're still telling yourself that same narrative because you have decided that you are not going to let that go. I'm going to encourage you tonight to release that weight, release that baggage, release the negativity, release that hurt, release that unforgiveness, because it's the unforgiveness that's really anchoring you in this place that you're at right now. You can't go to the next level when you're weighed down and when you're anchored. See, I see the greatness on the inside of you. You know that the greatness is there, but I believe that when it's time to execute and go to the next level, something is reminding you of the pain. Something is reminding you of the hurt. Something is reminding you of those who abandoned you. Something is reminding you of when you tried before, how it did not work. But I want you to know something right now on this beautiful day of February 4th, 2019. You're still here. You made it. You already won. You're already victorious. You are already in the winning position. God is saying, I need for you to go now because there's certain people that I've called you to, and there's certain people that I don't need them to see Dr. China do it. I don't need them to see Dr. Jewel do it. I don't need them to see Lawrence and Tamara do it. I don't need them to see Alex do it. I need them to see you do it because they're your assignment. See, the world needs to hear your story, how you were able to overcome growing up in the hood when everything was limited and you knew that you deserved so much more, but your mom could only do what she could do because she was a single mom raising you and your siblings. I need you to show other people that you were able to overcome the hurt and the pain of being abandoned, maybe not having a father figure in your life, maybe told things and promises constantly being broken. I need for you to let those things go so that you can shine from within. God said, I allowed you to go through that because I was preparing you for a moment. See, what we have in our hands right now is bigger than just how much money you're going to make today. This is truly a financial revolution. See, I know that people are in bondage right now financially. I know that people are scared right now with the government shut down and not knowing if they're going to have food stamps and not knowing if they're going to get the assistance that they've been getting. But guess what? The greatest blessings could come out of the hardest times. So now you have an assignment to go out on the rescue, to rescue those whose homes are burning down in this financial market right now and tell them, I got the solution. The solution is the water that's coming through my hose, and I want you to come on this side of a $5.3 trillion a day industry. I'm going to be willing to do this with you. I want to show you what's been shown to me. You don't have to be the expert. It doesn't matter how much money you made. Now is the time for you. Now is the season for you because there are people that are depending on you. There are people that are dependent on you. And for those of you who feel like that just wasn't enough, do it because your haters want to see you fail. Do it because they've already counted you out. Do it because they've cheated you and they're trying to pretend that they defeated you. See, there's a difference. As we just got off a Super Bowl Sunday that just passed, and me being from New Orleans, Louisiana, and real clear, and though I'm not a sports fan at all, what I know is what happened to the New Orleans Saints did not mean anything besides the fact that they were cheated and not defeated. Some of you have been cheated but not defeated, and I need you to stand up and claim your victory. I need you to walk into it, and I need you to own it. I need you to know that when you make this money in the market, that's your money, and I need you to know that no matter what somebody else is doing, that's not your money. I need you to be laser focused. This is your time now. This is your week now. This is your month now. This is your year now. Claim it because we're ready to hear your story. This is Dr. China Bentley. I love you all. God bless you all. And I want to bring the call back to Mr. Lawrence Young, who's done a phenomenal job at being exactly who he is. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, you ain't seen nothing yet. So Mr. Lawrence and Tamara Young, I appreciate you. May God bless you. And I'm extremely thankful for this platform that we have here with iMarkets Live. I honor Christopher Terry and Isis Delatorre for giving us a chance to take Wall Street and bring it to Main Street. Back over to you guys.
Wow.
Fire.
Man. China, man, you are just a freaking beast, boy. I tell you, you always bring the heat. Always bring the thunder, man. You like literally raise the hairs on my arms when you talk. I mean, it's incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, we have some incredible talent. Dr. Jules smashed it. Dr. China smashed it. No reason why they are. That's the reason why they're chairman 50.
You get it.
You see why they're chairman 50 leaders, because they go through life, they go through adversity, they always lead from the front. And I'm just thankful and grateful. So China, excellent job. Let's go get it this year. Let's get you
type in the chat. Type in the chat. We love you, China. Let her know how much you appreciated that. I hope you took some copious notes, family. That was magnificent. Thank you, Dr. China and Dr. Joel Tankard. Hey, listen, we're going to keep the show going, right?
That's right. Hey, listen, we want to bring on, actually, this gentleman, one of the top 50 chairman leaders that hit. He's out of Miami, Florida. I've known this gentleman for many, many years. He actually used to own his own network marketing company, and one of the best traders out there. He's former military. We thank him for his service, but he's actually one of the nicest guys you want to meet. And leading the charge in Miami, he has a team spread all across the world. As a matter of fact, many people from overseas are on this call on actually in his team. And I can't thank him enough, because what he did, he actually stepped up and created a trade signal, for all our paid subscribers, and make sure that a lot of our team members are eating. So we actually really thank him for the over and beyond service he provides. And I want to bring on a good friend of mine and just an awesome, awesome business partner of mine. Is Mr. Andre Campbell on the line. Andre, you there, sir?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Hey, loud and clear, my friend.
Where's his theme music?
Hey, well, listen, everybody. I'm
Wait.
I gotta get your theme music. Let me get your theme music, right?
Let's go. Bring it in.
Take it away, Andre.
Hey, everybody. Andre Campbell here in South Florida. I'm super, super excited, man. Dr. Jules, Dr. China just killed it. Ladies and gentlemen, hey, I'm very excited. I'm glad I got on this call tonight. I'm actually here in the parking lot. Just got a nice restaurant, but I could not miss this call. First and foremost, I just want to thank my sponsors, Mr. Lawrence and Tamara Young, for all you guys do, putting this together. You guys were the one who gave me the call about this life-changing opportunity. I'm just so humble and thankful today that it happened. Ladies and gentlemen, just want to share some information tonight. You just heard from Dr. Jules, Dr. China, and just to really step upon that is this. Tonight, the VP of the company, Alex Morton, he basically just shared with us, you know what? There is a blueprint, a goal over the next 2 years for this company, IML, to bring in 1 million new customers. And he just said we just brought in 7,000. This opportunity is exploding. What I want everyone to understand, now is the time to make sure that you and your family take advantage of it. Perhaps like myself, I've missed major opportunities in life before because I just wasn't the right person at the right time. Today, I believe everyone on this call has the opportunity not only to become great traders, but also to get to the top of this comp plan. That's what it's about. It's happened. It's going to be done. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we live in the best time in the history of the world to create wealth, not just to be average and ordinary, but to create wealth. But to make that happen, here's what you have to learn how to do, right? You have to learn how to manage and measure your success. What do you mean by that, Andre? Manage and measure your success. A lot of people want to get the chairman. A lot of people want to become proficient in traders. However, you know what? They pick it up one day, they put it down the next. You want to manage your success. And it's impossible to manage what you can't measure. So what I suggest everyone do for the next 90 days, put down that goal, put down that list. You know what? Let me get to chairman if you're not already there, or the next rank. I believe we can all do more. Myself right now, I can do more. I know I can go harder. I'm about to do that. And a lot of us are going to pick up the mantle and do the same thing. The next 90 days, I believe, is going to be a turning point, not only in our team, but also within IML. This company keeps getting gooder and gooder. Chris Terry is putting everything together, spending the money, the people, the infrastructure to take this company to $1 billion. 2 to 5 years from now, many people can look at IML and say, wow, that company's amazing. It'll be a great opportunity, but listen, everybody, right now, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. This is the time right now when all the millionaires are being created. Yes, learn to trade, IML TV, IML Academy, but also don't sit by and watch a company go from 80,000 customers to 1 million customers. And you look and say, my gosh, I was in at the beginning and I never told anybody. Listen to this. I believe IML has not even sponsored its best IBO or customer yet. The next Dr. Jewel, the next Dr. China, Tamara Young, Lawrence Young. Ahmed. I mean, so many people. The next Rashad Duncan, they're out there just waiting for us to open our mouths, share the opportunity. I want everybody to think about this, right? I was at a meeting this Saturday night, and someone says, well, I just want to come in and learn how to trade, and then maybe if I'll share with someone. No, 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 no. That's people who don't understand the power of vision, the power of opportunity. You want to tell everyone you know now about IML, and then allow these people to come in and they'll help you trade. They'll help you grow your business. The best way to help yourself is by helping other people. Just think, if you didn't get the call about IML, how would you have felt? Unfortunately, some of us are still, sitting around, uncertain, not really getting out the word out there like you really have the goal. If you won the lottery, you would call your people that you know, your energy, your excitement, your passion, everything will come out of you. They would sense that, you know what, you've got something great. That's the way you have to go and present IML. We have the goal. I mean, this $1 trillion markets, we're able to take our phones, tablets, computers, think about this, and earn, like the banks, the insurance companies, the hedge funds, thousands of dollars a day, sometimes in an hour. That to me is still incredible. I'm so humble. I thank God every day. I thank our team. When I think about that, there's a time I used to go to the gas station, pumping gas. Once I got to $10, I had to turn the gas pump off. That was it. That was it. Today, I'm able to fill up the Porsche, and now I'm able to do more for my family and just pray for them. I can really input into their lives. And ladies and gentlemen, this is all about helping people and changing their lives. Now, I know somebody on this call saying, well, Andre, I've been trying. Things aren't working out. I thought I'd be a chairman right now. I thought I'd earn $1 million trading. It does not matter. We're all in our own individual journeys. Guess what? You know what? I thought I'd be a chairman 25 by now. One of my biggest leaders, he quit. He just quit. But you know what? I learned to discipline my disappointments. Good things are going to happen. Negative things are going to happen. But the key thing is, don't get too high on the highs and don't get too low on the lows. Keep going. Keep running your race, and eventually you're going to get there. I guarantee it. You know why? People are looking for opportunity. They're like dust. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. You just got to keep motivated, keep fired up. That's why I'm so glad for this call right now, because you know what? We're staying close to the fire. I heard things tonight that motivated me, and I'm already an internally motivated person. I heard golden nuggets that I can take and use in my business, in my day-to-day. Every day you get up, listen to something positive. Right now, we're going to Vegas next month. We're super fired up. Thousands of people are coming. If you have not gotten your tickets, your rooms, get it done. Get to Vegas. The opportunities that, listen, if I didn't go to the first event, when I signed up, Lawrence said, Andre, matter of fact, it was that June 2017. We had an event in Orlando, and everything wasn't going right for me. Lawrence said, Andre, get to that event. Not only did I go, I brought Greg White, we brought Ahmed from the UK, and that event had a totally different outlook on the way I looked at IML. Met Chris Terry, saw the energy, saw Dr. Jules up there, Dr. China, other leaders, Rashad Duncan, Adeze Duncan, other people making it happen. And then I had a bigger vision of myself for IML. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone on this call right now, you're the next leader in IML. You're the next chairman. Why not you being a chairman of 500? Being healthy, wealthy, proud, and sophisticated. It's going to happen. It's being done. Work on your business every day. The mistakes a lot of people make is this. They look at doing one big thing and having that make the difference. No, it's accumulation of many small things done every day. Peaking interest, showing a plan through a call. Go back to phase one. Go back to the basics. As human beings, we have a tendency to overcomplicate a simple process. People want to make this thing so complicated. No, get out there, talk to more people. Make your list again, start over. And remember this, duplication is the key. Whatever you're doing, you want to duplicate it with your team. You don't want to be the best speaker, the only one doing presentations. Duplicate, have fun, help everyone learn to do the same thing you're doing. Keep it simple. Let's run. Hey, I'm super, super excited. I want to thank everybody for getting on this call. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone in Vegas. What I want to do right now is bring on somebody I got a ton of respect for. This gentleman, when I gave him the call, he came in, he started running. Right now, he's building a huge team over in the UK, also over in the Netherlands. I'm thankful for him. He's a proven leader. He's always making it happen. Doesn't matter what happened, up, down, sideways, having a lot of fun. And I want to bring on my friend and business partner, Mr. Ahmed Ayandale. There's the theme music. Let's go, Ahmed. Jama. Ahmed, UK in the house, baby.
Thank you very much, Andre, for that amazing testimonial. Guys, it's a pleasure to be on this call. First and foremost, I want to give it back to the amazing Mr. and Mrs. Young, Lawrence and Tamara Young, coach and auntie, as I call them. Guys, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Ahmed Jamayan. I'm 33 years of age. I'm based here in Cardiff, Wales, in the UK. I've been involved in network marketing since I was 18. You know, I got introduced to it in college. You know, I've always kept an open mind. But before I get into, you know, my story, I just want to be, you know, 100% honest with you. Today, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just share my story and show you that, you know, if I can do this business, there's no reason why you can't, okay? I've been through the ups and downs, the highs, the lows. You know, one thing I could definitely tell you is that I've never seen an opportunity like the opportunity that you have in front of you, okay, guys? You know, all my life, I went by the phrase, how you do anything is how you do everything, guys. You know, I didn't have the time, you know, but I made it. I didn't have the knowledge, but I found it. I didn't have the confidence, but the confidence came with producing results, okay? I had a lot of things going against me, but yet again, I had a lot of things going for me, okay, guys? I had plenty of excuses, but I choose not to use any of them, okay, guys? You know, my story is very, very simple. You know, I got introduced to the work from home industry back in 2003 at 18 years of age. You know, I failed and I failed and I failed and I failed to where I am today, okay, guys? You know, growing up, you know, my father worked 3 jobs. My mother had their hands full raising 8 kids. You know, brought up and raised in a council estate. You know, both my parents combined, you know, did not even make $2,000 a month, okay? So growing up, I noticed, you know, how my parents were, and I realized that I didn't want to live my life like that. So hence why I've been working since I was 10 years of age, you know, worked, you know, for 18 years in the corporate world. And one thing I could definitely tell you is that hard work is the only thing that I've ever had going for me. Meaning I was always looking for an opportunity, but, you know, there's not much opportunities out there that allows you to become wealthy. As for those of you that know the 4 ways of making money, the quadrants, you know, you can either be an employee, and that's what education is all about. You know, I love education. I believe, you know, formal education will pay you a living, but self-education will pay you a fortune, okay? So, you know, I grew up, my parents told me, go to school, get good grades, get a good job so you could, you know, work until you die, right? And I didn't like that concept. I done it for 18 years, and I realized that, you know, you are a product of your environment. You do as you grow up until you become independent and you start making choices for yourself, right? I don't believe, you know, it's your fault if you were born poor, but I do believe it is your fault if you die poor. Okay, guys? So one thing I definitely wanted to is tell you that in network marketing, basics duplicates, fancy does not, okay? So what do I mean by that? Well, the definition of wealth, in my opinion, in network marketing is to get a large group of people doing a few simple things over a consistent period of time. And what I do is I'm going to go and share, you know, a few simple tips that has helped me in my journey. So you guys can take the roads less traveled, okay? So, you know, the first one is remember that this business, it's a process. It's, you know, it's not the lottery, you know, it's a business. And in business, you're going to have some time, you know, you're going to have to go through the right activities. You're going to have to be consistent. You're going to have to be persistent, you know, keep a great attitude. And this business is all about attitude. Keep a, you know, positive attitude, you know, throughout your journey. You know, one thing I definitely want to say is that, you know, just remember you are learning while you are earning with this amazing opportunity. And do not get frustrated. Just stick to the process, okay? So I don't know what's happening there. Moving on. Okay, we're going to keep it moving, guys. One thing that has definitely allowed me to get to where I am today, guys, is personal development, okay? Now, what do I mean by that? Well, for you to hear me speak now and see me speak, I was never like this when I first started. One thing I definitely want you guys to understand is, you know, you don't have to be great to get started, but you do have to get started, you know, to work with great people such as Lawrence, you know, China, you know, Dr. Jewel Tanker, right? So many other amazing people that you're going to hear speaking after me. Now, one thing I definitely want you guys to do is make sure that you work on you every day. I work on myself every day as I work on my business. You know, I learned this of a real life-changing moment back when I started network marketing at 18 years of age. My mentor said to me, Ahmed, don't get mad at the problems because you get paid based on the problems that you solve. So if you want to make money, you know, or you want to make more, you have to become more. So he said, work on you. You have to become the best version of you. And that really, you know, hit me. And I've kept that with me all the way throughout my journey. So when that really sank in, because, you know, I don't make what I make what I am. So if I want to make more, I have to become more, okay? So when you're sharing the business, we all have the same tools. We all have the same opportunity. One thing that has definitely worked for me when I got started was I knew, you know, I had a lot of experience in this industry, but what works in this business is that, you know, you follow the system. As Andre says all the time, system stands to save yourself time, energy, and money, right? So even though I had a lot of success in previous businesses, I knew that I wasn't, you know, I didn't have the 100% of the information with my first 30 days. So all I did was I brought every single person that I prospected and used PS3. So write this down, guys. PS3. What is PS3? Well, P is prospect. You know, S is sharing the business and the opportunity. And three-way calls is what I did to get my, you know, upline chairman, 50, Lawrence Young, every single day, at least 10 calls a day. And he'll tell you, you know, I was pestering him every day with at least 10 calls a day. So if you want to get to chairman, you know, you have to outwork everybody, right? Find out the hardest working person and outwork them, okay? So PS3, prospects, share the opportunity and get them on a three-way call with someone who has results, has credibility, because your job is to be a master inviter. Your job is not to share the business. Your job is to be the trailer, not the movie. Your job is to be the messenger, not the message, okay, guys? So as you're going through this journey, understand that everything is a process. First, you have to do what is necessary, you know, which is learn how to share the opportunity, learn how to launch your newest members, learn how to go through the education so you can teach it back. And I've learned a saying by Jim Rohn. He said, don't wish it was easy, wish you were better, okay? Don't wish for less problems, wish for more skill. Don't wish for less challenge, wish for more wisdom, okay? So as you're going through the process, as we, you know, as I covered earlier on, tip number 2 will be work on yourself and basically through personal development. The first day, you know, you're gonna have a few simple things like, you know, reading, you know, going through or listening to 10, 15 minutes of audio tape instead of music, right? Compound that over a week, over months, and over a few years, and that will really begin to add up. And the 2 words that I want you to take away from anything from what you hear today is until and despite, okay? So write that down, guys, until and despite. So what you want to do is you want to do this business until you see results, until you see the change in you, until you make a profit, right? Until you prospect someone, until you get your 2 for free, until you become P150, until you become chairman, until you have a massive organization, right? Despite whatever problems that, you know, comes your way, despite whatever setbacks that you have, despite if someone joins the witness protection program, as Lawrence always says, despite whatever situation that comes your way, do this business with, you know, using those 2 words until you see results and despite what happens, because, you know, in life, it's 10% what happens to you, 90% how you react to it, okay, guys? One thing I definitely also want to say was, treat this like a job, right? What do I mean by that? Well, so we talk about the process, you know, we get into network marketing. It takes about 90 days to figure out what the heck you got into, right? It also takes a year to learn the basics and get really good at it. But understand and remember that you see these great network marketers and say, wow, I wish I could be like them, right? I was exactly the same. One thing you definitely want to remember is just remember that every great networker, every great trader that you now see was once a lousy trader or a lousy networker, okay? Everything is a process. Stay in your lane. You know, don't look left, don't look right. Have focus. Focus stands for focus on one course of action until successful, okay? If you want to go to college or university, you study for 4 years, right? Taking tests, you know, probably working part-time on the side until you finish your degree. And then at the end of the 4 years, you get a degree. You got, you know, a piece of paper that says you're qualified, right? You play the resume game, you know, with no guarantee of a job, most likely thousands in debt. So why do you expect instant results when you come into, you know, iMarkets Live or network marketing or trading, right? What if we went into network marketing university? What if we went into IML university instead, right? You're taking a few years to grow, develop, you know, earn while you learn, which is not possible in education, right? But I used to tell people, treat this like a business, but then I realized most people have never had their own business. So what do? I told my team, you know, put it differently. I put it differently and said, treat it like a job. You know, what if I was hiring you, right, to do presentations, right? How many presentations would you do a week? You know, if you're doing this business full time, you know, I expect you to do at least one presentation an hour, right? That's 8 presentations a day, 40 a week, 160 a month. You know, what if your team was doing that? If you're doing it part-time, you know, imagine I was paying you $250 or pounds a week, and I expect you to do 10 presentations a week. You know, if you're doing this business part-time, then treat those part-time hours very, very seriously, right? So if you're giving 40 hours to your employer, how much time would you be willing to give to your own business? Like, that's how you have to think of it. Everything is a mindset, and it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So when you trick those little words around and you say, you know, I gave my employer 40 hours a week, he got this out of me, now what am I doing in this business? So if you're working 9 to 5, my mentor told me, well, guess what? You have 5 until 9 a.m. to work on your business, right? So tip number 4 is learn to manage your emotions. If you haven't felt like quitting, trust me, you just haven't been in the business long enough, okay? When you feel like, you know, quitting, that's normal. It's going to be an emotional roller coaster. You're going to be in the no sleep zone. You're excited when the dream machine is on. You hear negativity from your family, your friends. You're in the self-doubt zone. You know, don't worry, guys. You know, that's part of the business. One thing I definitely want to say is basically, the people who you listen to, you buy into their lifestyle. So the moment I realized, as much as I love my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, my friends, you know, if I took their advice, I buy into their lifestyle. And I did not want that kind of lifestyle, right? So when I started asking the right questions to the right people, that's when my life started to change. You know, I started listening to 6-figure earners. You know, I cut off friends that were no good for me, talking about the same thing, you know, going out, talking about girls, things that weren't growing me. And the reason why I didn't have success for many, many years in this industry was because I was reluctant to cut off my friends, you know, who are living rent-free in my head, right? Not growing me. And if you're not growing, guys, guess what? You're dying inside. Now, remember, guys, entrepreneurship is living a few years like most people won't, so that you can spend the rest of your life like most people can. You know, if this was easy, guess what? Everybody will be doing it, okay? Now, the last thing I want to touch up on is one thing that's very, very important. Guys, plug into the system. You know, every company has a system. You know, everyone has their own system. Everyone has their own way of doing things. You know, I call this the life support of your business. You know, you want to make sure not only you, but your whole team, you know, are people dependent. You don't want, you know, you want them system dependent, not people dependent. What do I mean by that? So system, as we said, stands for save yourself time, energy, and money, right? So if they always have to come to you or me or one of the other leaders, and there's only a few leaders that's doing the presentation, doing the closing, doing the 3-way calls, you know, doing the webinars, doing the, you know, trading calls or the basics, right? Then what happens when you travel? What happens when you're not available? Then what happens is your business becomes, you know, sustainable to a certain point. Your business stops and it's only going to duplicate to a certain point. You have to have people who are system dependent and not on you. So system dependent is a company called daily webinar, you know, back office training, launch calls, team bonding sessions. It could be a weekly BOM, hotel event. You know, these are very, very important. Have your team that's dependent on a system that works and don't duplicate, don't create the, the wheel. Follow the system that has worked for Lawrence, Tamara, Andre, China, so many amazing individuals on this call. And last but not least, associations. I've already covered this very, very briefly. This is by far the most important thing, okay? This can take you to the next level. Understand associations are everything in this business. I wish someone had taught me this, when I got started, because I didn't realize, I became who I hang around with, right? We all become who we hang around with. You have to be careful who you are associating yourself with. Associations are like elevators. They either bring you up or they either bring you down. So ask yourself, what are your associations doing to you, or what are they doing for you? It's also proven that in the 5 years, our income is the average of the 5 people we spend most of our time with. So, now I'm spending my time with Lawrence, Tamara, Gary Roberts, Andre Campbell, Randy Webb, and all these amazing, chairmen. My income is, when you add them 5 together and you divide it by 5, that's what you make, guys, okay? So, guys, that's the end of my presentation. I want to thank you all for having me. I'm going to give it back to Tamara to introduce the next speaker. Thank you very much for having me.
Great job. Great job. Ahmed, we love you all the way from the UK. Wells, thank you so much for everything you do and for blessing our team so richly. Hey, listen, team, it is my distinct pleasure to bring to the screen a woman who you all know as Dr. Man, she has a way with the Ichimoku cloud. That just sounds sexy coming off the tongue. For people who don't know about our industry or what we do, just say that. Talk about a peak. This woman has a doctor's of philosophy for a reason. She's an event planner. I mean, she's a pastor, right? She is so much to so many people. A realtor. I remember her story. It blew me away when she first came on board, but I want to let her tell it. That was the whole point of putting this webinar together tonight. So without further ado, I want you all to help me welcome in the chat. You recognize her from IML TV. One of my first rich girls who started teaching and training before we had IML TV. And I thank you, Dr. Kathy Kirkland. Take it away.
Thank you so much, the Youngs, Tamara, Lawrence. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Thank you so much for having me on. Dr. Jules, Dr. China, Ahmed, Andre, all of these powerful people that was on tonight speaking. Hey, I just came on here to tell you that if you're not trading, you need to keep trading. You need to start trading. This is one of the things that is recession proof. I found out about this about Dr. Jewel about almost 4 years ago. And she told me she was flying down to meet the Youngs. And they was telling me about the foreign currency. At the time, I was a real estate agent. And the real estate market had crashed in 2008, right along with my 401k. I had 4 kids in college, a 4-year-old, and a husband that had just retired out of the military, living off of a half a check. And so I needed something that was recession proof. I almost lost everything that I had. Everything. I had padlock on my house that I'm currently sitting in right now. Lost a couple of duplexes. Everything was going wrong. You name it, it was happening. And I knew, for me, just being a preacher or a pastor, if I'm supposed to be the head and not the tail, and I'm supposed to be the lender and not the borrower, why am I losing all of this stuff? I need something that was recession proof. And being a real estate agent, I thought that everybody had to have a place to stay. But then when the hard times kick in, everybody start moving in with mom and them, and they start downsizing on their houses and getting apartments or whatever they need to do to survive. And one of the things that I was adamant about was, when I went there, I saw Lawrence and Tamara and everything, and visionaries. They even had us getting on the stage. I don't even know why I was on the stage. All I know is I heard the testimonies of these people making $100,000 a week, and I'm talking about kids. Well, I call them kids, like Austin. Austin Gaza was one of the first testimonies I heard, and Spieler. Hers was one of the ones that I heard, and these kids are making $100,000 a week. I wasn't even making that a year. And I was frustrated because I had worked from age 19 until mid-40s, and I did almost 20 years. And I had a 401k with $55,000 in it. And I thought that was a lot of money, but that wasn't a lot of money when you got a house of 7. And I lost all of it but $2,000. There was no way I was going to work another 20 years to get $50,000 saved up. And if these kids was making it in 1 week. So I really buckled down and, Obama Pastor, I got to pray for everything. I got to pray about everything because I done been scammed. You named it. I done sold every diet pill, every noni juice, perfume, you named it, I tried it. Because I always felt like I should have been an entrepreneur. And listen, I have 4 degrees and none of them pay me like Forex pays. I have an associate's degree in theology, a bachelor's degree in business management, a master's degree in human resources, and a PhD in philosophy. And all of them caused me to go deeper in debt. And I don't work in any of them, not one. But anyway, I got started with the company, and it was as simple as copying and pasting. And I made the mistake of coming back. I was so hyped when I left there, came back to start talking to my broke friends. I had my car hid out at my girlfriend's house because, I wasn't about to give up that Mercedes CLS 500. I was going to help God figure it out. My faith was at work at that point. So don't judge me, because half of y'all done hid your stuff, trying to keep the repo man from getting it. I was just trying to help God figure it out, so I gave it to her. And I came back and was telling her about it, and she was like, that's a scam. Don't get into that. And so I was really discouraged. You never come back asking anybody broke about investing money when they don't even invest themselves. So what I did was I prayed about it, and I asked God, I said, I need to know that this is not a scam. I'm too old for this. I don't have time to be scammed any longer. And he gave me Ecclesiastes 11:1. The Good News Translation states that it's good to enter into foreign trade because you never know what bad luck this world is going to give you. And you need a minimum of 7 streams of income in order to survive. And so I was like, okay, how can I tell other people that don't believe in the Bible, don't believe in you, don't believe in the Word of God? How can I tell other people about this? Because if I'm going to get delivered, I'm going to help deliver as many people as I can, because my friends were struggling just like I was. We were not recession proof. And so he said, Google it. So I Googled it. I found out that Forex has been around since 4 AD. It has now been around for 2015 years. It has never filed bankruptcy, never closed its doors, never laid anybody off, never missed a paycheck, and it is recession proof. It is the only thing that I know of that this nation have in common. Now, we may not get along in other places and other things, but at midnight, this nation, this whole nation is up while men slept. So you can get up and go work your 9 to 5. The wealthy got wealthier. They got up at midnight and during the London session, and they traded. So I got up. I remember Christopher Terry saying that money moves faster in the middle of the night. I started out with $40 in my account. I got on with, I believe it was Christopher Derrick at the time. And literally in 30 minutes to an hour, my $40 balance was now $500. You couldn't tell me I wasn't rich, I wasn't anointed, I wasn't called by God. You couldn't tell me none of the above, because now I knew that I was not in a scam, but I was in a God-written skill set in this man-made company that was affordable for me to learn this skill set. I started out looking at the charts, looking at it like it was Greek, Hebrew, Chinese, you name it, I couldn't read it, but I knew how to hit buy and sell. And so I was so adamant to the point, this company is so awesome. I was so adamant about getting this down so that I would never be broken again. I wanted to now learn how to build legacies. I did not want my children working until they 30 years to get a half a check and didn't have to downsize because it's not enough money. I had 4 kids in college. I couldn't even pay for a meal plan, had them going to the hotels and getting body wash and things like that, and going to Taco Bell when they get ready to close to try to get food from there. That was hurtful as a mother, but I taught them how to survive, and now I teach them how to trade. So what you need to do, we are in a recession. When the government shut down for 30 days, God has blessed me to where I was able to help others, not only just financially, but show them a skill set to show them how they'll never have to depend on the government check ever again. How they can make money whenever they get ready to make money. This is how you become the head and not the tail. This is how you become the lender and not the borrower. I didn't just get up New Year's Eve service and said God was going to turn it around. I did that for I don't know how many years. He already turned it. You just got to turn into this skill set. I don't care how many people come or go, how many ups and downs, you're going to have that. That's just life. You're going to have pullbacks in your life. You're going to have all these things going on in your life. You're going to go in the red every now and then. But as long as you stay focused and stay in this, I don't care what else you quit. You can quit whatever you want to quit. Don't ever quit trading foreign currency because it's a God-breathed skill set. So I am so honored to be a part of this. This is one thing, when I grabbed a hold of this, I said I never turn my back. I never walk away from it. I don't come hell or high waters. This is one thing that I'm sticking with because now my children know how to trade. My children's children is learning how to trade. And if I can keep my name going by showing my family how to build a legacy, this is how you build legacies. This is how you build trust funds. This is how you got to be connected to the right people. I don't know about you guys, but I have a goal that scares the life out of me. I haven't reached it yet. And it's more to it than about money because I don't work for money. Money works for me. Anything that you got to work for and you can't call in or you got to go to work because if you don't, you ain't gonna be able to put gas in your car. You ain't gonna be able. And don't get me wrong, if a man don't work, he don't eat. He didn't say nothing about me. He said nothing about a woman. Because the Proverbs 31 woman knows how to take whatever money that comes in that house and multiply. She goes into the market and she trades. It's a written skill set. This is what she does. So if you can get in this, do not let your family members struggle. I don't care how much they laugh at you, tell you how much it's a scam. I'm looking at money now. I put a trade in last Monday night, been sick for a whole week, haven't closed it out yet, did a 10-cent lot and I'm up $7,000. You tell me that money don't work. I don't even have to clock in to go and get it. And disclaimer, past results do not guarantee future results. And trading foreign currency is not typical. Okay, so don't look at it as a get rich quick scheme. It took me 4 months to study these charts to see how the market actually moved. And it took me another 8 months to make 8 figures. If you stick with it, you could do way better than what I'm doing. You can do better than what some of these people that's on this call. So I am so honored because with me learning this skill set, I was able to meet 2 amazing people that I can relate to because one is ex-military and another is a nurse. She walked away from her job. She had about as many kids as I got. And she's always on mommy duties. And then the Randy, he's all over the world, still traveling, ex-military. And, you know, he still work out and still take care of his family, still loves the Lord. Both of them are on fire for him. If I hadn't been in position to do what I'm doing now, I would have never met the Webb. If the Youngs hadn't never been in position, then Dr. Jewel would have never met them. And if I hadn't been in position, I would have never met Dr. Jewel. So it's not by accident. You've been praying and you've been asking. So now is not the time to slack. Your blessings come out of the toughest times. The toughest times. And this couple that I'm about to introduce now, they are a beast. You hear me? A beast at this. Not only did they come in not knowing how to trade, but Wanda made it so simple. It's just as easy as a red line crossing a blue line, hitting buy and sell, and just start making money. Randy knows the charts. He travels, he builds, he trades. He's a soldier at heart. He was a soldier in the Air Force. Now he's a soldier in IML. And Wanda was a nurse in the secular world, and now she's nursing people to financial security. So it gives me great pleasure to introduce Randy and Wanda Webb. Y'all take it away.
Oh, thank you so much, Dr. K. Thank you. I'm gonna be real quick. Actually, I'm in Canada in negative 3-degree weather. So I'm gonna be real quick. I got a presentation here shortly. What's up, love? So, hey, what's going on, everybody? Randy and Wanda Webb, we have been involved in the industry now going on 6 years. I just heard something today from a quote from Eric Worre. They say the first company you do, you learn lessons, and the second one is where you get super rich. And I'm so excited. We are in the right company, in the right place, with the right team, in the right organization, folks, and I'm fired up, and I hope you guys are feeling, I hope you know exactly where you're at. You know, what I know is this, most people don't realize where they're at, and I'll just tell you how our story really started in network marketing, folks. My background, I was a C-130 pilot in the Air Force. You know, flew C-130s for about 9 years. You know, was an aircraft commander for about 4 of those. Meaning I deployed to Afghanistan, Iraq. I had one of my buddies say, so you went to war? I said, yeah, I went to war. He goes, so like, you were like where they were shooting? I was like, yeah. And you know, folks, I'll tell you, in the Air Force, I think it's one of the greatest leadership factories in the world. Because as a young man, when I joined the Air Force, I was only 19 years old, dumb and just dumb going in. But I'll tell you, it made me someone who just understood what leadership was. And I'll just tell you my story, folks, what happened in the Air Force and what propelled us to get into this industry right now. Growing the desire. I'm going to talk about desire. And so when I first joined the Air Force, folks, I would see these folks walking around in flight suits. I wasn't a pilot, didn't grow up wanting to be a pilot. But when I joined the Air Force, it looked pretty cool. I seen guys walking around in flight suits. And what I learned was, one of my buddies said, man, you see those guys right there? They actually become generals and they run the Air Force. And I said, man, that would be cool. And for the first time ever, I think I started dreaming for real. And I said, well, what it would feel like to be a pilot? Well, one of my first jobs in the Air Force, you know, I was a pilot simulator per se. We were teaching these guys called air battle managers to control aircrafts. And my first job was only 2. They would say left 180, and I would just type in the computer L180, and I would say a little term, Viper 12, copy left 180, and then push it on. That was it. So that whole time, my first job, I was pretending to be a pilot. And then there was the desire that hit me and said, man, what would it feel like if I really became a pilot, if I really started flying? And I think that's what I learned what the secret is. When you grab something that you desire so much, it just happens. And so I desired something so much. I remember all my friends, you know, it was like 10 of us every single morning. We would get on, do our job. And I remember the first day I opened my mouth and I said, man, I think I'm gonna go become a pilot. And I want you guys to understand this. When you expose people to your dreams, sometimes when you expose people to your dreams, because they can't see themselves there, they'll discount you for getting there yourself. So I remember these are my good friends I hung out with every single day. I said, man, I'm thinking I'm gonna become a pilot. The first thing they said, dude, you never flown an airplane before. You from Compton, California. No way. Dude, you gotta have skills to go do that. As a matter of fact, first you gotta be an officer. You don't even got your degree yet. And I'm gonna tell you this, folks. When your desire is so high, your blinders will come up. See, what happens is sometimes our desire is not that high, so our blinders are down. And what I'm telling you today, you know, I'm going to talk about how we entered network marketing. When our blinders went up, we understood what we were going for. Those blinders went up, and I couldn't see what was on my left side. I couldn't see the hitters that was on my right. So all I seen was the goal that was in front of me. And so I remember in the Air Force, folks, I didn't have my degree at the time, but you know what? While everybody was going out partying, I was going to school. I was going to school doing night classes and doing my job while everybody was having fun, because I had a desire. I wanted to go and do something. I had a vision for myself. And then after I finished my degree, guess what? Obstacles did not stop there. You see, when you have a desire and you have a dream, that's when the obstacles are going to come. That's when the world is going to test you and say, do you really want it? Do you really want to become a pilot? Do you really want to be successful? Do you really want to make 6 figures a year? Do you really want to make 7 figures a year? Do you know what it takes to do that? And all those obstacles are going to jump right in your way. And it's your goal, it's your job to say, you know what? My desire is bigger. The blinders is up. I got my blinders on the right, blinders on the left. It doesn't matter. I'm focused on what's in front of me. And see, folks, I remember, you know, my friend said all the bad stuff, you're not going to make it. I finished my degree. And I remember putting in my package, had another obstacle that happened, some test scores. And I remember the lady who was putting my package up. It was the last test. The lady that was putting my package up, she looked at it, she says, I looked at a lot of packages, and I'll just tell you this. You know they have a navigator position where navigators are not the pilots. Navigators are the ones, they kind of tell you where to go and the maps in the airplane and kind of navigate throughout the air, but they don't fly the airplane. They don't control the airplane. Navigators are the second person behind the pilot. It's okay, it's a good one, but it's not the pilot. And I remember her telling me, she says, you have a good shot, 100% chance of getting picked up as an officer if you just go navigator. She says, I'm looking at your packages, all right, but it's not as that competitive as everybody else. And I remember my blinders went up. I said, I got my blinders on the right and the blinders on the left. She was just another hair sitting on my right. I said, I'm going for pilot. I want to be a pilot. And I remember that package going up. And what I'm telling you, folks, sometimes your goal in front of you is going to be tested. And if you let unqualified people tell you what your goal is, then that's when you'll live their life. And I just knew that secret to success, I took that outside of the military, folks. And so to fast forward, in 2013, me and my wife, we got exposed to network marketing. We were fortunate enough that we read a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. We were absolutely open-minded. You know, we got 5 kids. We literally was that family, folks. We wanted to live that American dream. We had big vision, big dreams. After reading the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, we had a Me Too moment. As Robert Kiyosaki is going through his stories, we realized if he can do it, we can do it too. And so we got exposed in 2013 by my wife's aunt and uncle to network marketing. And I remember my wife, she just wanted to go on a trip. She wanted to go to Bora Bora. And that was the sole reason kind of why we got involved with our last company, folks. And we started off, and I'll tell you, in network marketing, what I learned, because now this is the second go. And if I can give you anything right now, maybe you're brand new on the call. Maybe you are just been going slow in the business. Today is reset time. One thing I realized, we did it here and we did it previously. When I started that company, folks, I put a list together, had about 500 people on the paper. If I could walk out here, I'm going to show you that paper. It's the same paper I got. I had about 500 people on that paper. And whether I knew it or not, whether I was getting trained by someone, what I understood was if I went fast, what was on that income disclosure statement at that time was a 7-figure income that I now had a desire and I wanted. And so I knew if I went just a bit faster than everybody else, I can get there fast. And I had this desire and dream to do it in 1 year, because I remember hearing this one person who did it in less than a year. And I said, if he can do it, then I can do it too. And I've always had that mentality. And I hope that you realize that there is no one qualified in this world more than you are. So I know that most people, we have a lack of self-confidence, maybe for things that happened in our past, maybe because of high school, maybe because maybe a past of someone telling you weren't good enough. But I'm going to tell you right now, you're qualified. Step to the front of the line and accept it and go to your calling. And so here's what happened to us, folks. I jumped in. I called a lot of my friends. A lot said no, but a lot said yes. And I compressed that time. So one of the things, jumping into network marketing, you're brand new, you get your list together. Compress your time. Instead of waiting to show 100 people over 1 year, show 100 people in 2 weeks. And I'm serious, folks. I'm showing you one of the original lists that I had when I started, folks. And I'm going through that list again. Compress time very fast. And because we were able to do that, folks, we were able to hit the top level in that company in a very short amount of time, setting a record. And when we came over to iMarkets Live, I thank God today that he closed that door and he opened the door to iMarkets Live. See, what we didn't know, we were fighting for an income. Of course, it was going to be a nice little income monthly. We were fighting for an income, and our goals were set. We thought they were big. And then we got exposed to iMarkets Live, and we said, dang, God is trying to 10X us. You see, what we've been fighting for, he says, I'm going to give you 10 times that. You just got to put in the work. See, we put in 5.5 years. We learned lessons, and we came to this company, knew exactly what we're going to do, folks. Understand we're in the right company, right time, right organization, and you got to put those blinders on. So when we came over to iMarkets Live, folks, we did it all over again. And what I'll tell you is the great thing is when you go fast and you show people that you can get it done, guess what? People believe in you. So when we came to do it again, credibility was already set. Those friends I called before that didn't do it the first time, they said, I ain't missing out this time. See, what I want you to know is the speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. People have the fear of missing out. And if you go fast and you just go and they see the success happening, they're eventually going to follow. You don't have to beg people to be in your business. You know what I love about iMarkets Live is that if you don't have credibility right now, if you become an awesome trader, guess what? You don't need people in your organization. They're going to have to follow you if they want to get what you got, because your lifestyle is going to change. Today, I've been doing meetings all day, and I love it because I sit in that meeting, legs kind of up. I know the person sitting across from me. I don't need you. You need me. So when I'm talking to them, I'm talking to them in that fashion, like I'm going to change your life, and it's not the other way around. See, folks, this business today is about posture. And at the end of the day, when you're sitting across from someone, it's about posturing up on whoever you're trying to put in the business. The first thing I like to ask, right? What do you have right now that's better than what I'm trying to show you? And for the most part, it's nothing. See, what I love, Mr. Christopher Terry, Isis Delatorre, they have created a vehicle that is out of this world. Folks, I didn't know how to trade 12 months ago, and today I know how to trade like Dr. K said. I thank you for my mentors who have taught me really the game in this industry, because we're just now getting started. We're just getting ready to elevate. And I'll tell you, the only thing that you got to elevate is your desire, folks, because if your desire is high enough, there is nothing around you. I don't care how negative it is. You will block it out. You will not see it. You'll just go. If you have enough belief, folks, guess what? You're just going to go. And what I know is that last thing is creating massive action. If you take the massive action, things are just going to happen, folks. Understand that motion creates emotion. Now, I got a lot of folks sitting downstairs, so I'm going to pass this to my beautiful wife, folks. Here's what I'm excited about. We've entered the industry. Like I said, my wife was a nurse, She mothers 3 kids. We got 5 total. She does a lot of the work. Not only does she wear the business hat as well as the mom and the wife, She's wearing them very well, folks. She is literally multitasking. My wife on any given time is she's cooking dinner, she's getting the kids ready, and she's getting ready for a presentation. Folks, we don't stop a beat because we all have a desire together, and I'm grateful for my beautiful wife because she's getting this thing done. People always ask, how are you away from the house so much? Well, because we talk about our vision and we talk about our goals all the time. And I'll just be quite frank. As a C-130, I was deployed 4 to 8 months out of the year. And during that time, sometimes I couldn't even barely call home. And she's held it down. And now today I can go have the leisure to go to Canada to come launch a team. And then what I know is I can hop on a plane tomorrow if she wanted me back home and be home because we have the freedom to do that because of this industry of network marketing. So I'm going to let my beautiful wife bring it from here. She is, you guys have heard her before. You know, she's known in the industry. She is an absolute fire speaker, probably one of the best you'll ever hear in the industry, folks. She just has a way with words. I'll tell you, sometimes I'm sitting in the house and I'm serious. Sometimes I'm sitting in the house and I'm hearing her do calls, and literally I'm in the kitchen taking notes because my wife, she's speaking the real stuff. So I'm going to let her finish the rest of this call off, folks. You know, blessings to everybody. You guys have a great night. And I'd like to bring up my wife, Miss Wanda Webb.
I appreciate you, baby. Now go knock out that presentation and push us to Chairman 25.
Let's go.
What's up, family? What's up, guys? What's up? Over 200 people on the line who have made a declaration that they are the ones that are called to break generational curses. I want to change that word because what I've learned this year is that generational curses are not curses at all. They're really just generational habits. So we're going to talk about breaking some generational habits. I got 3 minutes with you, and that's all I'm going to need. Here's what I need you to understand. There are a few key things that change your life. Last year, this time, I was talking to people about a company that I thought could pay me $50,000 a month, not knowing that $50,000 a month was bondage, okay? Because that ceiling was not enough for the ideas and the plans and the desires that God planted in me. And now I'm in a company where one of the lower ranks is earning $50,000 a month, and the highest rank is earning $1 million a month. I went from a mindset where I was begging, praying, and pleading that I could somehow maybe one day touch $50,000 a month, and now I'm positioned to earn $1 million a month. So whenever you're removed for something, do not mourn for it because it might just be the plan that is set up for you to do more. Don't ever worry about what you're separated from. Always concern yourself to where you're elevated to. So there's 3 things that I want to talk to you about that transformed me and made me what people say an excellent speaker, people say an excellent builder, people say an excellent influencer. Listen, all I'm trying to do is help people break their own generational habits, okay? Diabetes don't run in your family, that's eating habits. Poverty don't run in your family, that's spending habits, okay? Habits, we're gonna break some generational habits tonight, and I'm gonna tell you 3 things that absolutely set it off for me, that I have to remind myself all the time. 1, simple math problem. Desire without execution, desire minus execution is lifelong regret, all right? When your grandbabies are living on the side of town because you couldn't make a decision today so that you could help your children's children, just know, like my friend said earlier, if you're born into poverty, it's not your fault, but if you die there, take responsibility. So the first thing I want you to understand is that desire without any execution is just lifelong regret. Desire without any execution is going to keep those generational habits for having a stronghold on your babies, their babies, and their babies, and their babies, and their babies' babies, because the Bible says generations 3 and 4 deep. So I need you to understand this is serious. I know you might think this is an option. I know you might think that you made the choice to be here, but I really look at IML as a divine opportunity that even you don't have the right to disrespect. Sometimes the biggest person that disrespects our opportunity is us. It's not your haters. It's not your naysayers. It's not your auntie who said no for the 4th time. It's us. And I want to ask you to think about it this way. How you move is everything. How you move, how you operate, how you work is everything. In a book that I was reading by T.D. Jakes and Instinct, he talks about how when we look at cells on a microscopic level, that you can see cells vibrate. Okay. And did you know that when they look at cells move, one of the things that they've been able to see is that these cells move differently.
So you might have some cells that move fast and some cells that move slower. And what's crazy is we've all seen that little image in biology class where the cells kind of look like they're trying to get somewhere, because they are. Because the cells that vibrate the same way, they come together, and those cells might make an ear. And these cells, they vibrate the same way, and those cells might make the heart. And these cells, they vibrate a certain way, and those cells might make the feet. Let me ask you something. How are you moving? Are you operating in a way that's going to get you connected with Chairman Tens? Are you operating in a way that's going to create you and other people to be in the position to be a Chairman 100? How are you moving? What do your mornings look like? What does your phone calls look like? If I was to court subpoena your cell phone records right now, could I charge you guilty with building iMarkets Live? If I was to subpoena your the records right now from your cell phone, would you be found guilty for building iMarkets Live? Or is it just still your side chick? Is it just still your hobby that pays you maybe $150 a month? I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about people that understand that desire without execution is just lifelong regret. So how are you moving? How are you moving? What are you doing? Who are you talking to? What conversations are you having? Trust me, they're watching. Trust me, they're watching. Okay, IML has been around long enough now that they're watching, they're looking. All the people you're scared to call them. Call them. All the people that are sitting in your phone that you really not know what angle, don't worry about it. Just call them. Call them before these beautiful people that you're hearing from tonight, before they call them. Because the worst feeling in the world is when your mama, who you didn't show IML, is calling you, trying to recruit you into IML. And here you go, what, dang it. How are you moving? How are you operating? Desire without execution is just lifelong regret. It stays with you forever. Your children's children will pay the price for your inaction. And the last thing I want to tell you guys is about posture. This was probably the thing that really changed my career when it comes to network marketing. I was not the person that talked like this, okay? It took me almost 8 months to properly invite someone because I was so terrified. I used to call and cry. I used to call and ask God, please don't let them answer this call. I have text messages that I would send my husband in the first few months of us being exposed into this industry. I used to tell him, when do you get home? Because I need your bravery to do this call. I need you to keep me accountable, because I know if you're not here, I'll just hang up on them. I won't execute. I was so terrified. Let me tell you something. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to not know how to operate. It's okay to not know what execution looks like. It's okay to even question what is posture. But let me tell you something. Don't stay there. Don't stay there. You got too many examples. Grasp, reach, hang on to that coattail, because it was the woman who had nothing but faith that reached out and barely touched him, and she was healed. Barely got a piece of it. This right here, this call, this is your attempt to reach out and touch. So I want to congratulate you for being on here. But what does our posture look like? Because you're going to need it. I'm telling you, this is a big boy and a big girl's industry. IML is not for no chumps. This is a place where we're talking about really big money. I know no other company that is offering people $1 million a month, and I don't know one that could sustain that anyway. We are the deal. When I first saw this, I thought I was going to be silently trading in the corner, and slowly but surely my convictions and my story started to leak. And without even really wanting to build another network marketing company, it happened to be there, because what is for you is for you. You can run, hide, flee, but it will find you, and your desires will chase you down, and they will eat you alive. And that's exactly what happened with this company. I didn't want to build it. I wasn't interested. I wanted to be a little covert trader. I didn't want anyone to know I was trying to do this again. And the only reason I didn't want anyone to know is because I didn't want people to have opinions about me. I was so scared to try to do this a second time. What would I look like? What would people say about me? But here's what I understood. I understood that it was in the moments that Ruth did not want to speak that she said, are you sure that this is my role? Like, you want me to talk to the king and try to get him to not execute all my people? Like, I'm just a young girl. I didn't even ask to be here. I didn't even really want to be here. Are you sure? And the words that were spoken to her are the same things I'm going to tell you right now. You didn't decide to be here. You really think you're the author of your life? How foolish. This is a divine opportunity, and you were placed here for such a time as this. Because if you don't then who will? And the same way that that young girl was sitting in that kingdom, not knowing what she was called to do, is the same way that you might be sitting here not understanding what's in your hand. But I want to be the one to tell you, my friend, you have been called for such a time as this. It's you that's got to break generational habits in your family. Not your mama, she failed. Not her mama, she failed too. It's you that's been called to break generational habits. It's you that's been called to make sure your last name is never tied to poverty again. I know you're scared. I know you don't got the right words. I know you ain't never done this before. I know that I'm pushing you to do something and feel a way you've never felt before. I know you're confused. I know that they would not pick you to be the superstar of this team, but it is you that is called to be the next Chairman 100, because you were called for such a time as this, to save your community, to save your people. I need you to have a posture right now. I want you to literally how you feel right now. I need you to jot this down. I need you to borrow my bravery. I need you to can this. And as soon as we get off this call tonight, every single one of you, I'm going to do a call to action. Make one phone call tonight, because there's 200 of us here. And if we all go on one more chairman run, that's 100,000 more people in the system. What weak leg? What weak leg? So I'm asking you, have you really been set here for such a time as this? And let me explain. When you practice your posture, and when you have an absolute, you can't wiggle it away, you absolutely know that you're supposed to be here and you're supposed to win at this, you just move different. You just move different. You start attracting top talent. They have no choice but to call your phone. They have no choice but to be attracted to your post. They have no choice to go, I don't know why I'm messaging you, but I feel like I need to be messaging you, because you're moving a certain way. You're executing now all up in that desire. You have decided that, yes, you were placed here to save your communities, because ain't nobody else coming to save them. And the last thing I'll tell you is, when your posture is right in place and you got the right team with the right compensation plan, finally, can someone say amen? With the right compensation plan, with the right product that is producing results. No one can question our results. People are learning to trade here, and they're not just taking signals. They're actually knowing where their money's going, okay? Signals are for weak. When people actually know what they're doing, when we're educating aunties and grandmothers and disenfranchised communities, and we're telling them that, I know the rest of the world says you're not Wall Street material, but you're our Wall Street material. And when that is the space that you're operating in, man, I wish and I hope that you could see what a little bit more posture could do for your business. Here's what posture is. I got a phone call from someone I used to do business with, and they were at a very high rank in our company, earning about $20,000, $30,000 a month. And she called me, and I thought, well, this is it. She's ready for the deal. But instead, she called me to expose me to one of our competitors. And I couldn't help myself. I wasn't rude, but it was the truth. And I said, listen, I understand that they got you out here sounding silly, saying words like Forex exchange and artificial intelligence. I understand it's not your fault, but let me tell you something about iMarkets Live. iMarkets Live is reaching corners of the world that nobody else wants anything to do with. iMarkets Live is teaching third world countries how to trade. We're redeeming third world families. We're touching every crevice of this country, every painful part, and we're reaching out to these people and we're teaching them something that no one else would ever teach them to do. We're grabbing their hand and we're not leaving them behind. We're welcoming disenfranchised communities. We're rising up young brothers and young sisters, people who look like us, talk like us, walk like us, and we're letting them know that you too are deserving of $1 million a month, and I'll show you how. And we're speaking life into their situation, because everything we do is real. Our truth is absolutely enough. So I know they have you operating out here sounding very silly, but until you put 40,000 people in this industry, do not call my phone. And when you are ready for sustainability, meets compensation, meets a product that actually works, call my line again. And until then, don't talk to me, because I know exactly what I have my hands on. I will not be swayed. I'm not a cookie crumb eater. I'm not out here to jump from company to company to company. I'm here to co-create. I'm here to make stories. And I'm here to lead the next 1,000 Chairman 100s, because my community needs it. I don't know about yours. And here's what I know. I know that every time that I'm absolutely sure of where I'm at, that God gets all the glory, that he will expand my territory, that he will give me influence. He will allow me to do no harm. And with that recipe right there, I have no choice but to break every generational habit that has snuck its way into my last name. This is not just about money, because money is nothing. It's just a tool. This is about what you will do with it. I'm not interested in your dream car. I'm not interested in your dream house. I want to know, what generational curses are you ready to break? Because the worst thing about poverty is not that you don't have money. We learn how to do that. The worst thing about poverty is the pain that it exposes people to. The worst thing about poverty is the drugs and the abuse and the pain that it exposes good people to. And that is what we're putting an end to. So listen, this call is very, very clear. We are looking for who's looking for us. If you are on the line and you're done playing games, come on. I don't know anybody else out there paying people what they're worth. I've been part of great companies where all the money goes to the top and it stays there. Chris Terry has made it very clear he's not interested in any more money. He wants to leave stories. So I'm going to take full advantage of that. I'm talking to everyone who can hear my voice right now. You are a Chairman 100. You make $100,000 a month. I can see that money in the account. They're saying your name right now from stage. You're getting ready to go on stage. They're playing that song that you told the DJ to select. You're grabbing your children. You're letting them know, come on, don't fall on the steps on the way to the stage, baby. Hold my hand. You're embracing your spouse. You're getting the mic handed to you. The crowd is standing right now. There's tears in your eyes. You didn't even plan on crying. Your mom is there because you could afford to fly her in last minute. She's in the front row. She has no idea what's happening, but she's crying with you too. Your daddy's there. He's crying with you too. You get the microphone. People are cheering for your name. Your children are watching this happen. Awards and rings are being handed to you while you're trying to get your words. That's where I see you. That's where I know you belong. And I want you to see it for you too. So desire without execution is just a lifelong regret. You got to operate. You have to move in a way that's going to attract Chairman 10s to you like flies to food. And lastly, you have got to get your bravery up. You have got to get your posture up. Wealth has no room for cowards. You have got to let the coward die. That does not come from a good source. That comes from the enemy. That you got to let that cowardice die. That coward has not been serving you. That coward has been starving your entire last name this entire time. That coward is the reason that what your bank account is right now, it looks like that because of the coward living inside of you. So tonight's call is permission to get a seat and to tell it cannot follow you into the next season of your life. You're here, you have posture, you're executing, you're ready, and you're taking full advantage of what's put in front of you. How dare you be more faithful to a job that discredits and devalues you than to be more faithful to the mission to break generational habits in your last name. We're looking for people who are looking for us. Let us know if you're ready for a chairman run. If you're really ready for a chairman run, because we're ready to team up with you and take this team to the next level. It's a shame we only have 20 chairmen. I'm looking for the next 50 chairmen. I'm looking for someone who's better than me that's on the line right now. It's time for you to reach out to your leadership, say, I'm ready, push me. Help me break my own generational habits. Guys, I'm excited for this season. Unleashed is going to be exactly what it's called, Unleashed. And we're ready to help you unleash those habits that are not producing wealth in your last name. Ask me, do I sound serious? Does it sound like a game? This is very real. And guys, I have the pleasure of introducing you to just kind of the next person who's going to
Wait, Wanda. We need to breathe. We need to exhale. Wait a minute. We need a break. We need a second. Oh, bless you. You are tremendous. I mean, you bring tears to my eyes. I'm looking at the chat. You are touching so many team members. They're saying I can't breathe. Oh my God, you made me ready. I believe again. Oh my God, you broke it down. Baby girl, you are surgical with this. You may have been a nurse and not a doctor, but you are surgical with this. This is the industry you were made for. And I saw those children not tripping up the stairs as you talked about them. They were your children. You're holding their hands. I can't wait to welcome you on stage at Chairman 25, Chairman 50, Chairman 100. I
Yep.
know it's going to happen for
Yep.
you and for Randy.
Yep.
Let's go.
Thank you, baby.
Thank you, guys.
Would you please do us the honors of introducing our next speaker? I think we only have 2 more, and they are
Yes.
phenomenal. I can't wait for you all to hear from this
The next-
gentleman. There's another one coming up after him, and another one who makes over $100,000 a month. So don't go anywhere. Keep sending out fast. Take it
Don't
away,
play
Wanda.
yourself by leaving this call. Do not play yourself by leaving this call. This gentleman, I need to paint this picture for you. I was a top earner in another company. I was forbidden from having these type of conversations. When I called him, my first words to him was, Jazz, please do not tell anyone I'm calling you. You will hurt my family if you tell anyone I'm making this phone call to you. If you tell anyone I'm making this phone call to you, I will not be able to buy groceries with the check that I'm expecting any day now. I didn't even sign up with him. He knew I wasn't signing up with him. He knew that I had been exposed by someone else. But I was calling him because I remember spending some time with him. And I knew that real recognized real, and that if he was lying to me, I'd be able to tell because we moved the same way. And I got on the call with him and I said, Jazz, is everything that she's telling me real? Like, don't play me. Don't give me no network marketing talk. My family deserves better than some network marketing talk. And he said, Wanda, we have been getting played. They have been leveraging us. We have been building their $1 million dreams while they starve us. And I'm so angry that I subjected myself to that. And I listened to him. Not only did he very clearly explain to me what was being offered, but he also was on the phone with me the very first time I ever made a trade. I turned a 0.01 lot size to 16 cents. He would have thought I hit the lotto. All I needed to see was one time that it worked. And he was the one that told me, push the button, close it out. This is what this means. He literally stayed on the phone with me while I was making that trade because I was freaking out. And I didn't even sign up with him. But that's how I know that he's going to be a Chairman 1000, because he's already done the work. He's already attracted the people. And that night, he was so certain about what he was going to do. He was so certain that he was tired of eating crumbs. And that certainty is what even asked me to dare ask, what does that compensation plan look like? A question you're not ever supposed to ask the top earner in another company, ever. And he was so transparent with me, but I'll never forget towards the end of that call how he said, listen, we come from the same place. What are you really trying to do? And I don't even feel like he was posturing up to me. I felt like my little brother was trying to help my family when he was talking to me. And even though he is not my sponsor, that day, you guys, he was my sponsor, because I would not be in this company if he was not certain of where he was going and what he was doing. And we owe so much to him, because he really was the one that I knew he was not financially incentivized to lie to me. So he told me the truth, and that was everything I needed. That one trade, that one morning at 3 a.m. with Dr. K and Mr. Jazz Williams on the call. This is a father, a good father. This is a husband, a very good husband. This is a prior enlisted service member for the greatest Air Force that this world has ever known. He has been a top rookie in this industry, recruiting more people in his first year in network marketing than top 0.001% in the industry. He's proven itself. A top trainer. People don't know because he's so quiet. He's so quiet because he's observant and he's wise. But when you finally allow him the floor to speak, you'll realize that there is 60, 70, 80 years of wisdom tied up in this young man. He's younger than me, but I really look up to him and how he navigated this in the beginning when none of the leaders were coming on board with him. We mocked him. We made fun of him. We even turned him into compliance. And still, he kept going and ended up bringing us all with him. So please, I want you to give it up for my friend, my partner, someone I look forward to spending my life with, to building this thing with. I look forward to our children knowing each other, someone who deserves your respect, a brother who is navigating this the right way with his wife at his side, with his children at his feet, trading and teaching disenfranchised communities, a leader of leaders, a speaker of speakers, an up-and-coming Chairman 1000, Mr. Jazz Williams.
I love it.
Gotta do you right, bro.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Can you guys hear me?
Absolutely.
Cool, cool. So listen, I'm over here fighting back tears. I'm really emotional, but I'm excited. And so, you know, honestly, to this moment, I still didn't know what I was going to talk about and what I was going to say. I've been a student listening to just each and every leader. And I just want to say, first and foremost, I'm truly blessed and honored to just be amongst such leadership. You know, Wanda, I really appreciate you. I'm thinking about that call. I'm thinking about, here's the part Wanda didn't tell you guys. She sent me the message on Snapchat because she knew it would erase if or whatnot. And it was crazy, but man, I remember that. And it was just, wow. So guys, I don't want to waste too much of your time. I'm Jazz Williams, Chairman 10 out of Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm gonna just kind of get right into the meat and potatoes of what we're here to talk about tonight. And so my conversation to you is this: just don't, I challenge you to not be fooled by the deception of your decision. And I'll say that again. I challenge you to not be fooled by the deception of your decision. Because each and every one of you made a decision when you joined this. When you joined this, there was like something that you wanted out of it, you know, whether it was the money, the cars, you know, the big trade account, whatever it was. And so what I want to really kind of talk about, when I got that topic from one of my mentors in the game, and it finally hit me. And so what I want to talk about is not being fooled by the deception of your decision, because this is what it is. Network marketing, and we're here to have a big boy conversation. I'm not even like, I'm just going to have just a real big boy conversation with you. And so network marketing on the outside looking in, we can a lot of times think like, yeah, it's so glamorous. But let's talk about what it really looks like, you know, and what it looked like for Jazz Williams. See, when I got started in this industry, guys, for me, this is what it looked like. It looked like my wife, one of my first runs I ever did, right? My first night in the industry, I was able to make $1,000. 3 days later, I qualified for a company car. It was crazy. But what happened was I wasn't fooled by the deception of my decision. See, when I joined, I knew that there was going to be some work behind network marketing. And so I think a lot of people, when they actually join, when they actually come over into what it is, we see the numbers, we see, you know, the chairman eating out and traveling the world. But what you don't see is you don't see the presentations that's being done on our kids' birthdays. What you don't see is you don't see us spending our last to go to a market so we can build that market. What you don't see are the 3, 4, 5, 10 exposures, the phone calls that we're doing late at night. I remember living in England trying to build my business. And while I was building my network marketing business, living in England, guys, I would have to stay up till, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the morning, because that was prime time back in the States. And so that's the stuff that most people don't see. And so I'm going to be really brief, but what I want to do is just give you guys some marching orders after what you just heard from Wanda. Because I'm ready to go to work, but this is what work looks like. See, we join this thing, and this goes for both ends of the spectrum. See, when we join this, we don't go all in, right? Typically, we don't go all in the academy. We watch the basics, then we never go through technical analysis, market geometry, and all of the other, you know, areas of the academy. When you do network marketing, some people, you'll show 3 people or 10 people and they'll tell you no, and then you'll say, okay, it's not for me, or it doesn't work. But what I want you to understand is not to be fooled by the deception of your decision. Don't think when you join this, like the money's gonna show up, but you don't put in the work. You gotta put in the work. And so that's what I challenge you guys to do from now till March 1st, is just mentally hyper focus, mentally focus, and just decide, make a decision and just put in the work from now till March 1st and watch what happens. And see, I think the reason that I'm able to do what I'm able to do and get to where I am, because I know how to just laser focus and just put in work. I know how to cut the outside noise. I know how to block off certain people that's not good for me. And see, what you got to decide right now and what you got to do right now is you got to do something that's going to make your future self satisfied and happy. Is what you're doing, because this is how network marketing works. What you do right now today is what's going to pay you 90 days from now. So what do you want your check to look like 90 days from now? If you're not a P1000, if you're not a P2000, do you want a P2000 check 90 days from now? See, I tell my wife this all the time. We always have conversations. And one of the things I always tell my wife is this. I say, babe, most people think when they turn 30, right? Most people think when they turn 30 or they get into their 30s, they're just going to magically have the houses, the cars, and be financially free and be financially set free. But that's not how it works. Most people think because they join network marketing that, boom, I joined, I'm now going to be a millionaire. or I started trading, I'm now going to be $1 million trader. Absolutely not. When you trade, you got to go through blowing those accounts, the 1, 2, 3 accounts, however many accounts you blow. When you get started in network marketing, you got to go through the no's. And see, this is what I challenge you to do. I challenge you right now to get from behind the computer. I challenge you to get from behind the cell phone. See, Wanda, she just laid it down. And I was literally pacing in my office in tears because she was also talking to me. And so what does it really look like, Jazz? Like the chairman always say this and they say that, but what does it look like? This is what it looks like. It looks like you calling your friend and saying, hey, what are you doing? And they saying, I'm at work. Great, what time do you get off? I'm gonna meet you in the parking lot. See, there's no cookie cutter way to go get this thing done. There's no perfect invite. And some people will try to teach you a perfect invite. They're like, when it comes to network marketing, there are no rules. I remember a chick posted something on Facebook one time and she said, man, do you know anybody that's hiring? And I was like, yes, I know somebody that's hiring. As a matter of fact, I'm sitting with him right now. Guess who it was? It was my upline. I played it. I said, let me see if I can get him to meet with you. And I waited for about 5 minutes and I text back and I said, hey, he decided he can meet with you. Can you meet us here at this location? And she was there. She came. She seen what I had to show her and she enrolled. Now I was young. I wouldn't tell you to do that now, but that's what I'm just kind of laying it out because I want you guys to understand not to be fooled by the deception of your decision. See, all of us, we want to go to that next level. All of us want to go Chairman 100. Everybody wants to, pop that next rank. But what I want you to understand is wants simply show up in conversation. Expectations show up in behavior. So what is your behavior showing? How many people are you showing this deal to? Even if you're on this call and you haven't made a decision to go build it, how many times are you on the chart charting? When you wake up in the morning, are you checking the chart? See, for me, I got this new thing. And see, with this new thing that I got, my phone is on airplane mode the time I go to bed. And I don't take my phone off of airplane mode until I get my kids ready for school. I eat breakfast, I meditate and pray, and I check my charts. Then I'm ready to deal with the world. But first, I got to make sure I'm good. And so, these are things that I'm doing. And after that, I'm just running. But guys, long story short, I don't want to be super long. What I really want you guys to understand is this. We as chairman, we're here. We have your back. We're trading. We're building. Don't put limitations on yourself. Don't make excuses for yourself. Don't be that person to say, oh, I'm just going to trade until I decide, what. No, don't be that guy because I was that guy. And I'm telling you right now, God had other plans for me. When I came into iMarkets Live, I didn't come to iMarkets Live to build this thing. Not at all. I said I wasn't telling nobody about this. I was supposed to keep this whole thing under the wraps. And what ended up happening, guys, was I made my first couple $100 and I couldn't keep it. I couldn't keep the secret. I wanted to tell the world. And so what I challenge you to do right now is just do not put any, self limitations on yourself. Just take what the universe has to give you. Just take what the universe has to give you. If the universe wants you to be a chairman, take it. Take it. Don't put those mental blocks on yourself. Don't put those mental, stoppages on yourself, and just go get this thing done. Just really go. I got a guy on my team. He hit me up the other day. He said, hey man, I just got done from knocking on 30+ doors because I'm just hungry and I just want this thing. And so for you guys, you got to make a decision. And so we're just here to tell you right now, us as chairman, we've made a decision to go to the next level and we don't want to leave you behind. I just put in 13 personals in the last 7 days. I don't say that to brag, but I'm just letting you know we've made a decision to take this thing to the next level. And so we want you guys to come with us, and so you guys have our support. You guys have, everything that we have, you guys also have as well. So guys, I really appreciate you for allowing me to be on this call. Just remember not to be fooled by the deception of your decision. Go get this thing done. Go trade, go build, go make it happen. Go pop P600. And I'm gonna say this last thing. I remember I was actually on a call with Wanda, and Wanda, she was very vivid. She said, listen, popping P600 is not building a network marketing company. We all know, you don't legit have a business until you put in 30 personals. And so most people run around and they're just like, I don't want to build. Popping P600 is not building. I made a couple posts on Facebook and 13 people decided they wanted to join my company. Right? And do what it is that we're doing. That wasn't work. That was just me posting on Facebook what it is that I'm doing. So what I'm telling you is do not put these mental limitations on yourself. Make a decision. Decide. What is the root word of decide? Side. To kill off, right? Pesticide, suicide, homicide. kill off every excuse that you're giving yourself right now not to win. And every day that you wake up, you need to be pushing towards your dreams every single day. So anywho, guys, I love you. Thank you guys for allowing me to jump on this amazing call. And so what I want to do next, because what I will tell you is this, see, sometimes in life, when you're working, you know, God just kind of typically, like, he'll move in your favor. And see, you don't see what's happening on the other end, right? So for me, like, I remember, and I'm not like the Bible guy, so y'all work with me on this, but I know in the Bible, I think it was Abraham, God had asked Abraham to like really make a sacrifice, right? And so he was going to sacrifice his son, Isaac, if I'm not mistaken, right? If I got the names wrong, I'm sorry. But so Abraham was going to sacrifice his son, right? And so they're going up this hill. And as Abraham is going up this hill, he knows in the back of his mind, like, he's finna kill his son. He's finna make this sacrifice for the man above, right? And so, but on the opposite side of that, God already had a sacrificial lamb waiting on him. And so, see, sometimes you want to know that the lamb is there and you don't have faith. See, you got to have faith. You got to have belief. And so I say that to say this, while I was working and we were pushing for Chairman 10, I had God had that sacrificial lamb on the other side. And I didn't know that sacrificial lamb was on the other side. I was giving this thing everything that I had. I was like pedal to the metal, and on the other side of the hill, on the other side of what it was that I was pushing up, God had a guy on the other side called Alex Pisani. And this guy came into my business, into my organization. I didn't recruit him. I recruited someone who recruited someone who recruited someone who recruited him. I was just doing what I knew I needed to do. And on the other side of that mountain, there was a guy by the name of Alex Pisani who came and blew my business out of the water. This is what I want you to understand. In network marketing, your business can literally flip overnight. Your business can flip overnight. But see, your business is not going to flip. Your trading is not going to flip overnight if you're just sitting on your hands. Or if you're working and you're just worried. You just got to go and just do the work and just know that the universe is going to just bring the right people and the right energy to you. So long story short, guys, someone came into my business. They went Chairman 10 in 90 days. In 90 days, they go Chairman 10. They put thousands of people in the organization. And now him and I were brothers. I go down to Miami. We hang out. We spend time together. He's one of the hardest working guys that I know in this industry. What I'm going to do then, I'm going to pass it back over to Coach LY, Coach Lawrence Young, sir. I'm going to pass this back over to you. And we're just going to go from there.
Okay.
Hey, listen, thank you so much, Jazz. Guess what? We've got 2 speakers left. I know you all are texting go all night. We can't do that. We just wanted to give you a taste today. But what I want to do right now is bring on the line a young woman who needs no introduction. You all know who she is. She is the other half of Rashard Duncan, Chairman 10s. And Rashard is in Anguilla right now on the beach showing off those muscles. And listen, you all are training with this gal on IML TV. She is so sensational. Adeze Nwachukwu Duncan, Princess Adeze Nwachukwu Duncan. You know, I know who you are. Baby, I know who you are. I'm so grateful. Busy mom, mother of what? 4 children, 3 itty bitties, gorgeous itty bitties, right? And boy, oh boy, you are training over 80,000 women and men around the world in 120 countries. It is because of this woman, ladies and gentlemen, that we have iMarkets Live TV. She is the #1 top educator in the world. Give me some 777s in the chat. Forget 777s. Just type a Daisy. We love you. She and Rashard Duncan are incredible. You two are a dynamic duo. And boy, listen to this. Your husband is gallivanting around the world, right? You said, keep it coming, Tamara. He's gallivanting around the world, growing our organizations like mad. From Tanzania, I mean, to Anguilla, everywhere. You've been all over Africa for our organization. Thank you for those numbers. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for the tools you've brought to the table that I've seen, but these men and women have yet to gaze upon yet. Thank you, Adeze, for everything that you do. I know you're busy. I know you just did your training. It was fire as usual. I don't want to keep you all away from her another second longer. Thank you, Adeze Nwachukwu Duncan. Take it away, superstar.
I have to say, like, seriously, Tamara, I just need a dose of you every day. Okay, like I heard what Jazz said, and I love that. Like, I should put my phone on airplane mode, but I would like to also put you in my room like every day. Just when I wake up, I just need that every day. That was just, you are, listen, Tamara and Lawrence, they know how to edify somebody, make them feel like they can fly. And I am so grateful to you guys. Really, like I'm so happy and honored to be a part of this team. They do so much for us, guys. They do so much that people don't even see. And I really appreciate everything, all the encouragement. You know, honestly, it's because of the Youngs. And it's because of Jewel and China. Those are my other uplines that I even made it to IML TV. And specifically, I want to just say thank you to you, China, to you, Tamara, because you gave me a lot of encouragement to even step foot. I was listening to Wanda, who, of course, like, my God, you know, just mic drop moment. And I'm listening to her talk about how she was afraid to talk in front of people. And I don't believe you, girl. I'm sorry. But I was the same way. I was the absolute same way. I did not like to be in front of people. In fact, I was a teacher for 10 years. I taught high school students, which, you know, even that was a struggle. Like every morning, like clockwork. Right before I would open my door, I would say to myself, because I got it from some movie, I don't even remember what the movie was, I would always say, it's showtime. To myself, I would just say, it's showtime. And then I'd open the door, because it's like I got to put on a personality every single time. I was Miss Duncan, of course. I would have my students come into the room, because I kind of had two different egos. I had the one that could be in front of the classroom and just be whatever, and then I had the one that was afraid to talk to people and just didn't want to be bothered with anybody. So when I actually did quit my job, my goal was to retreat off into the shadows, into the darkness, and learn this trading thing and not have to talk to anybody at all. And honestly, it was, they were doing these trainings, you know, before we had IML TV, they were doing these trainings, you know, for our team, and it was great. And Tamara, you know, she kind of tricked me a little bit. She was like, you know, you should just, you know, just do this one session, just do this one session. And I was like, nah, all right, I'll just do this one session. And again, with that edification, you know, honestly, if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't be on IML TV to this day, just because of all the encouragement that she gave me and all of the encouragement that both, you know, Coach Young, you know, gave to both me and my husband. So I really appreciate you guys. And you really never know, you know, where your gifts will lead you. I'm not necessarily the builder. Like my husband and I, we make up an amazing team. You know, I love my husband, and he is traveling and I miss him, and he's actually on his way here. So I cannot wait. Nonetheless, he is the builder. I am the trader. It kind of worked out good that way. And in fact, you know, we just balance each other out so well. I actually want to talk to you guys about this really awesome thing. I don't think Tamara and Lawrence knew I was going to do this, but I just wanted you guys to know that I'm pregnant. Just kidding. I'm not. But I am. I'm giving birth to something brand new. And it's taking about the same amount of time. I should have let that simmer just a little bit. But it's taking about the same amount of time as an actual baby is going to take. I want to introduce you guys to the brand new baby. Well, it's not even going to be a baby. It's going to be fire. A brand new IML Academy that will be coming to you guys sometime this year. I don't even know exactly when. I'm expecting in September. This brand new academy is going to be here. And if you guys thought you had something, you just wait until you see the amount of support that you guys are going to have. All of you guys who are builders, my goal is to make sure that you have there's no reason for you to have any babies hanging on to you. You can drop them off and you can go off and bring more people back to the company. You can build your teams knowing for sure that they have absolutely everything that they need in this academy. As I was going through this, my goal, let me just give you guys, since my husband's not here, you know, I can talk about my mother-in-law, you know what I'm saying? You know, I love my mother-in-law, his mother, but my mother too. Let me tell you, it took me an hour to explain to her where the URL bar was. Okay, y'all know what I'm talking about, you know? an hour to explain to her, where's the URL? Because she wanted to look for something, and I was just trying to, you know, help her get to the email address. And oh yeah, just type Google and you know, in the URL address bar, you know, that hour later. So I'm dealing with people. I know I have people like that are coming into this company. All right. I'll give you another example of somebody, see, it's my husband's family, you know, I could talk about him because he's not here. It's his side of the family, you know. One of his uncles signed up, and they kept calling us over and over because every single time they would sign up, it would just go to a blank page. The page would just be, he said, you know what? I'm tired. I've been trying to sign up for 3 days. It just keeps going blank. So my husband said, okay, scroll down real quick and tell me what you see. And what did it say? Congratulations. You have just been, you know, whatever, IML, welcome to the IML family. This guy signed up 3 times. All he had to do was scroll down. Okay, y'all follow me? All right, I just want y'all to know that, okay? The reason why I'm saying that is because I'm taking all aspects of learners into consideration. So I want you to know that grandma so-and-so and aunt so-and-so, okay, they will be able to find a place here in this academy. They will be able to trade. That same mother-in-law of mine is drawing channels better than me, okay? She's in this academy. She's in these charts. Like, I'm looking at charts, she's looking at charts. We're both excited. She's over 60 years old. So I'm telling you that something brand new is coming down the line. We have an amazing system that's going to be rolling out. It's going to be fun. It's going to be gamified. You guys are going to have so much fun. We're actually splitting this thing into levels. So instead of it being beginner, basics, intermediate, this is a school. This is not a gimmick. We have a real product, just like Wanda said. This is a real product that is going to produce real results. And we are already seeing those real results. Like, I remember I was blown away even when I looked at, you know, Dr. Kathy, you know, in her cloud. I have to give a shout out to her because she has me floating on the cloud ever since I met her, you know, the cloud of glory and the Ichimoku cloud. But I'm just telling you guys, we're going to have all kinds of things in this academy. It's going to be broken down into different levels. We're going to give everybody all, like, the goal is that you will have exactly what you need as a trader. What exactly, this is the question that we sat down and we asked the team, what does a trader need to know? Because when I first started, we didn't have all this stuff. We had Baby Pips, YouTube, and Google University. And my goal was that the person that came to iMarkets Live would have no reason to leave to go get any of their basic necessities. Outside of that, then there's going to be the next level that is called, it's basically the level 4, which I've called specialized. And that is going to be the level where you get to take it above and beyond. So guys, I promise you, you will not be disappointed with what's coming. Baby Academy will be expected to come in here. And I'm telling you, it's really like an academy. My husband, if he was here, he would tell you, because I'm in this room. In fact, I'm going to just let you in on I'm going to give you a little tour here, just a little quick tour. You can see my little workstation here. Sorry, my hands I got the little shake action. This is where I sit every day, practically every single day. I just wanted to give you guys a little exclusivity. All right. But this is where I am. I'm in the station. I'm giving my husband, I love him. He's the best husband. He was made for me. He comes in here. It's almost like a cell block, kind of like a really nice plush jail cell, but he brings my meals. You know, he locks me in here. He's kind of like a warden, a jail cell, a great husband, all the above. He takes the kids to school, like all of this, so you guys can have the most amazing Parks Academy ever. So I hope you guys are excited, because we've taken a lot into consideration, and I'm also open to your feedback. There's going to be so many elements of support, including an amazing plush, ridiculously nasty workbook coming your way. So I hope you guys are excited for that. I didn't say that, you didn't hear it. All right, well, that's pretty much basically what I want to show you. I wanted to give you the exclusive of that. I also want to just tell you how grateful I am before I go. Like, I am really grateful. There's a lot, you know, what Jazz kept saying, like, you said, don't be fooled about the deceptiveness of your decision or something along those lines. And the way I interpreted it is I turned this thing down.
I did not want to have any parts of iMarcus life at first because I thought it was one of those things. I thought it was one of those things that you have to talk to people that I didn't feel like talking to. But it's funny because once you start making some kind of money, you just can't help but want to say stuff to people. I did turn it down several times because I didn't want to be around people. I wanted to work independently. And oh, would you look at that? They actually offer that to people. You can actually trade and learn a skill set that can help put you in a position to make money for the rest of your life. But I will say this, long before I came to iMarcus Live, I was fed up of being a teacher. I told my husband that I wish that I could have my own school. In fact, I said, I'm gonna build my own school. I'm building my own school. And then I said, you know what, babe, I don't wanna have my own school because if I have my own school, I'm gonna have to be there. Someone's gonna have to be the principal. And I said, you know what, I wanna build the kind of school that I don't have to be there to run. Would you look at that? Huh. Can you imagine? So basically, I'm going to end it right there. And now I get to pass the rock back because I'm not only taking trading lessons, I'm taking edification lessons. And I want to go ahead and give the rock back to Coach Young and Tamara. And I basically want to say, you know, you guys, again, I thank you for all the help, all the support. They go to bat for us like nobody else, guys. They are in the trenches when no one else sees. They've helped our family so many ways. You know, I really appreciate just how you guys look out for us and how you cover us. And you know, we've learned so much from you guys. I mean, in so many ways. And Tamara, you spoke so much life to me. I really appreciate you. I call Tamara my upper 33 because you're supposed to kind of have a nice balance. Your lower 33 is who you mentor. Your peers are your middle 33, and then your upper 33 are the people that intimidate the mess out of you and stretch you in ways that make you super uncomfortable because they're just so freaking amazing. And that's who I consider Tamara and Lawrence to be to me. So I want to pass it back to you. And thank you guys for this opportunity again. And thank you all. I look forward to seeing you guys in Vegas. All right. All right, y'all.
Sweet angel. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have much to say after that. We've got one last speaker, the pièce de résistance. We saved all of the best for last because everybody is the best. And Adeze, thank you, my darling. You flatter me, you honor me, you know, and I give this right back to you. I thank my Heavenly Father for the ability to speak life into people and to speak life into women in particular. And I thank you for just being open. All I am is a vessel. And I'm so grateful to be in this position where I get all these wonderful little sisters and cousins and nephews and nieces in this business. Y'all call me grandmama, but I'm not old enough yet. So let's stick with auntie, right? Adeze, thank you. You are a biologist, and I've always wanted to see in your laboratory, and you just showed us a sneak peek. What I want to do right now, because I don't want to speak anymore tonight, I want to allow Coach Young to close out the call with our special guest speaker. And again, you guys, Adeze said a lot of wonderful things about me. I want to turn it back over to this man. I'm telling you right now, we would not be where we are right now if this guy hadn't made a decision to work with iMarcus Live. He turned Christopher Terry down for many years. I remember when we first got started, the CEO of this company, he would get on our calls and say, tell him, Lawrence, tell him I'm your friend. I'm your friend. Tell him you know me. This is a good company. I've got it on tape. It's so funny. You know, it was so hilarious to hear this man who'd done over $100 million wanting us to validate his company. And look at where the Lord has brought this company now. And it wasn't because of us. It was because it's for the people we've yet to even meet, for those we've yet to even lay hands on and to speak over and to introduce this blessing to. So I want to tell you all this right now. I'm so grateful. I'm glad you turned down the vice president job because I've got you all to myself. And now, you know, with this industry we're in, y'all, you can just trade. You can really make decisions that you never would have been able to make before. So if you're on the line tonight and you were somebody who was thinking maybe this isn't for you, you've had enough of it, I certainly hope you learned that that's not the truth, that's a lie. Listen, Lawrence Young, I want to give it back to you, and I can't wait for you to introduce our next speaker. Thank you, baby.
Awesome. Well, hey, well, you know, we had a powerhouse, you know, call today, but, you know, Tamara said some great things about me. But, you know, I'll tell you guys something. You guys don't realize the sacrifice that Tamara puts behind the scenes, you know, doing, you know, flyers for us, putting together events, mentoring people. I mean, she literally stays up to 5, 6 o'clock every morning. I mean, so people see the glory, but don't know the story. And I just want to, you know, want you guys to understand that we're here to help you guys and help you stretch and, you know, not for the edification, but ladies and gentlemen, we're here to just help you get better. And, you know, one thing I want to say to you guys is there was over 250 people that was on the call tonight, and we still, after 2.5 hours, still close to 200 people. That lets you know that people are super hungry for this information. And I can't thank you enough. No, Ms. Williams, thank you for staying on this call. But I want to save the best for last. This gentleman is a person I got a boatload of respect for. When I first met this guy, and it's funny too, because it's funny how you can judge a book by, you know, people, you judge people. And you can't do that, because I remember first meeting Garrett, and he walked out of, I flew to Vegas, and he had got out of his limousine. I'm like, who is this dude? You know, he looked like a rapper, and, you know, I'm saying he's a rapper, he's an athlete, but no, he was actually an entrepreneur. And, you know, once I got a chance to get to know him, he's actually, when I tell you, one of the most wise guys I've met for his age. He truly is a giant in this space, and he's earned my respect, earned my friendship. He and I, we connect so much. We talk almost every single day for the past over 3 years, you know, how we can make things better. And you guys can have a better person to lead the ship. This whole movement, you guys talk about Lawrence and Tamara, this whole movement started because of Gary Roberts. Everybody in the entire company is up under this guy. He's a chairman 100. Just out there getting the butter from the duck. I'm super proud of him, and I want him to come on real quick. But let me give him some theme music though, because he deserves theme music. Let me see what can I drum up? DJ LY. Here we go, Mr. Gary Roberts. I got you, bro. Here we go, bro. Mr. Gary Roberts. You see what you got, Garrett? Rich off the net. Rich off the net.
Rich off the net.
Yeah. Garrett, I see you, bro. You on camera?
Yeah.
There you go. How you like that theme music, man?
Yeah. Hey, what's going on, boss man? How are you doing?
Yeah,
How you doing?
I am incredible, man. Thanks for dawning us with your presence tonight, man. We want to say the best for last, brother.
Hey, man, I definitely appreciate that, guys. Wow. It's about 12 o'clock. You know, I know it's late. I want to say a phenomenal call by all the leaders that was on here. I want to say salute, of course, like the queen of Forex, Ms. Who puts together so much good information for guys learning how to trade. Of course, we had China, we had Jewel, we had Jazz, Wanda, Randy Webb. Those people, I used to fall asleep to their audios. You know, Ahmed, Andre, so many phenomenal leaders. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. Kathy, you know, just so many amazing stories. And of course, Lawrence and Tamara Young for even putting this call together, making sure that all the leaders, he said, you know what, I want this vault. I want people to have a vault full of nuggets, a vault full of keys, vault full of tips moving forward into 2019 to get their business going. So guys, I'm not going to hold you guys any longer. I'm really just going to try to pour my heart into you for these next 20 minutes, guys. Hopefully drop some gems that wasn't heard already. I got my notes right here because I really don't want to say anything that was already said, but you guys know that I like to speak from the heart. I really don't like coming up with notes because I really want you guys to hear from my heart. I like to speak from my journey. I like to speak from a real position of entrepreneur. And Jazz kind of touched on it. You know, a lot of people see, you know, these chairmen and you see the ranks, you see the lifestyle, but you don't see the stress. You don't see, you know, the family members with you who go through all this stuff with you, the people who plan with you, the team, the people who that you ask questions to, the family members that I have like Lawrence, Tamara, China, Jewel, when I had down moments that were calling me, as a upline, calling me, telling me, get on your stuff, get better, get bigger, talk more, show yourself more, do more, right? So as a Chairman 100, as somebody that's been in this company 5 years, going on 6 years, I've been blessed to make multiple 7 figures from this company. I started from the bottom. Literally, I met Chris facing eviction. You know, I met Chris with all my money froze up in merchants. I met Chris, you know, not knowing what I was going to do, retired from network marketing and not wanting to be a part of the trading circle anymore. So a lot has changed, but one thing I can let you guys know is to have success year after year after year after year through all the ups and downs, all the doubt, one thing I always get back to is the basics. I feel like the basics never fail me. I feel like the three-way calls never fail. I feel like pulling up at Starbucks never fails. I feel like the one-on-ones, the two-on-ones, the three-on-ones, teaching people how to edify the correct way, teaching people how to do PS3 the right way, teaching everybody on your team to have a Zoom link. I feel like those things will never fail. Yes, you know, as you get higher up the ranks, you start to trick yourself into thinking it's more. But the truth is, you know, it's really about mastering the basics first. And then, of course, you always want to level up. You always want to get better. Yes, those basics got me to 6 figures. Those basics got me to my first 7 figures. And then I had to make that decision. Like, you know what? I need to level up. I remember getting calls from China like, yo, you're the deal. When you gonna start letting people know? Like, yo, talk more. Like, show yourself more. Tell people about the knowledge you have. Like, don't be scared or don't be too humble, right? Like, I think someone on the call earlier said it, where we come from, you know, you're raised to be humble, genuine, and quiet. Don't tell everybody your moves and this and this and this and that. But when it comes down to marketing and it comes down to business, those rules don't apply. The rules here is you need to set yourself on fire and everybody will come to watch you guys. So just in 2019, right now, myself, even having success, I'm always in I want to get better mode. I want to be better. If them dudes and they're traveling all over the world, guess what? Me too, guys. Last year was my first year off of probation. You know, off of probation, I got my passport. I never traveled international. I never really traveled, built a business before. But even after having success, I'm like, yo, if people are getting results from traveling, if people are getting results for finding leaders international, guess what? I need to be doing it too. If people are getting results from doing things that you are seeing, you need to start applying literally everything that you see into your business. That's all I do. And I stress myself out about it. Like, I'll sit there and literally just, yo, what are people doing? What are people doing? And if I see something new, I call my team up and say, I send them everything. Yo, we got to apply this immediately. And I just feel like, guys, running a business, you got to always be willing to learn new stuff. It's so easy to say, I've had results doing this. I've had results doing that. Those things work. Even though I know the basics will always get me going again. Like, let's just all be honest, guys. We all just got out of December. We all just got out of Thanksgiving. We all just got out of the New Year's. Those things take hits on your business, right? But it's up to us to admit it right away, right? And it's up to us to get back to the basics. We got our volume and got the momentum flowing in the first place. So that's what type of time I'm on right now, guys. Like, I love this part of the business. I love this part. Like, yes, I've had success, but to be honest, the work to success is way much funner. It's so much funner wondering, I wonder if this worked. Guys, just like 6 months ago, I was having the biggest battle inside. Should I become more of an influencer? Should I hire a cameraman? Should I reinvent my brand? Are people even gonna like it? Are people even gonna watch my video? I had a 12-year battle with myself. 12 months battling with myself. Like, I don't know if people gonna like it. I don't know if I should do that. I came up doing 3-ways. I came up doing webinars. I came up pulling up on people like Jazz say, yo, where you at? Cool, my laptop on your truck soon as you out. That's how I came. I came up building relationships through people in the inbox, through the call. Just yesterday, I came to Miami, guys, to launch a leader, to meet with a leader, to hopefully get him to join IML. Some guy that I've been trying to close for 4 or 5 years of my career. 5 years of my career, I've been trying to close this man. He finally calls me one day and say, yo, I want to meet with you. I want to talk about your business. So I come here to Miami to meet with him. I take him to breakfast, right? We watched the Super Bowl, my woman, him and his kid, his woman. And then he texts me afterwards and says, you know what? I love y'all culture. I love what y'all got going on, but this company offered me a position. It's a part of the game, and I love every piece of it. I love every piece of it because guess what? He didn't tell me no, and I'm going to follow up with him for the next 4 years until he's ready, and I'm going to keep doing my job so he can. One thing he did say was, I watched you all these years, and you never slowed up. I watched you all these years and you never jumped around. I watched you all these years and you never did any type of hype type of marketing. You always just work. And I see this type of success you're getting now. You know, I salute you on that, but I have to put, you know, my income over the opportunity you given. So guys, it's all a part of the game. You gotta be willing to get those no's. You gotta be willing to get those no's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. I'm the follow-up king, guys. Like, I don't know if y'all know about Stevenson Lindor or not, you should, but he talks about it all the time. I harassed him until he said, yeah, it's not a harassment where it's the point where, oh, yo, but it's like, hey, I'm gonna make sure I'm doing my job as a network marketer. Of course, we're a trading company and a network marketing company, but the thing about me, I don't put the two on a pedestal. I've been trading for 5 years and I've been doing network marketing for 5, 6 years alone too, right? And they're both valuable. They're both, you can get a lot out of. They both take time to learn, but let's just be honest, the trading part has no risk. The building side has no risk. So when I'm out here and I'm presenting this business to people, I'm making sure they understand, like, look, we are the best at the both worlds, right? Most people say they hate selling just because they sold a lie before. Let's just be honest. If you're on this call right now and you're like, yo, I don't want to sell something, or I hate selling, that's because somebody either tried to sell you a lie before, or you were part of selling the lie yourself, telling people, hey, this weight loss company is the bomb, but you still fat, telling people, hey, these travel deals but you don't travel. Hey, this finance software helps me save money, but you in debt. We've all been there, guys. Trust me, I've sold everything from lotion potions to deodorant to travel clubs to mentorship. But when I found Forex, I said, wow, I don't gotta scam my mama for a sign up. I don't have to beg someone for a sign up. I can literally go to you dressed like this. Guys, trust me, I used to wear the suits and all that stuff. Nothing wrong with it. I'm just telling you guys my story. I used to, I gotta dress like this just to have some success. I gotta do this just to have success. And it's because I was out here selling a lie, right? And the power of Forex will have people chasing after you, will have people begging you, will have people blowing your line up, saying, you know what, I see what you guys are doing. I want to be involved. And they're not going to make you beg them or convince them, right? So going into 2019, guys, I want you all to get back to the basics, because that's what I'm really focused on. And I feel like at this point in IML, we're going into a new IML, basically. We're going into we're no longer the mom and pop's company anymore, right? We're no longer that small company fighting through the growing pains. Like, guys, we fought already through a lot of fighting pains. I'm not saying more are gonna come, but I'm saying this company has already positioned itself right now for the next boom, the next, we need a bigger place now for our events. We need a little stadium now. And we're going into that part of the company right now. You guys have to definitely put in the work to get your piece of it. Guys, even if you look at all the leaders at the top of the company, the biggest chairmen, they're all in launch mode right now, doing the basics. They're traveling here and there. They're doing the one-on-ones. They're doing the webinars. They're doing what it takes, guys. And just know on this journey, you got to always have your future in your mind, always be creating new relationships. Guys, I remember yesterday, like it was yesterday, when Wanda followed me on Instagram. And it was so crazy to me. It was like, I'm always looking for building new relationships. And one way that I always build relationships is by listening to other leaders and other companies. They don't know I'm listening to them. They don't know I'm going to sleep listening to their audios. They don't know I'm stealing what they're teaching their team so I can learn it. That's really what I came up with. Like, yo, I'm gonna listen to this person. I'm gonna listen to this leader. I'm gonna listen to this leader. Whatever they're teaching their people, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna teach it. And it happened to work for me, relationships that way. And it comes to the point where as soon as I seen Wanda message me, I replied back like, wow, oh my gosh, I know your whole story. I got your audio right here in my phone. That's relationship building without always thinking about the sale. I told you guys about me meeting the guy yesterday with dinner and going to breakfast and contacting him for over 4 or 5 years about doing the same business, right? Even though he tried to even create competition businesses and make the same type of business with the same comp plan, same type of products, I still continue to push after this guy. Is because I'm building a relationship. It doesn't matter about the sale. I don't chase sales. I don't chase the sign up. And as soon as I stopped chasing the sign up in my career, it seemed like everything started going the way I always wanted my business to go. And that's because I made that decision. I made that decision that I'm gonna wake up and always wanna be better in this profession. I made the decision I'm gonna wake up and pull up and do one-on-ones no matter if it's a grandma on the other side of the table. I'm gonna take all 3-way calls. I'm gonna still do this. And yes, if there's leaders doing other stuff, we're gonna add that to the to-do list too. Guys, you gotta start treating this thing like the billion-dollar opportunity that we have. You see the success stories that's going on in the company every day. Only difference between the people that's hurrying up, having success, and maybe you, and it's taking some time, is they hurried up with the belief level. They hurried up and made a decision that said, oh, he's making how much, he's making how much, he's at. Me too. We'll get to the part about mastering this later. I don't know if you guys should really listen to some of the chairman's story. Some of them say, hey, I didn't know about trading until I hit chairman. And now they're some of the best traders. So if you're in a situation where you're saying, you know what, I want to become financially free, I want to be in their situation, who cares if you make 10,000 from building before you get to 10,000 trading? Who cares? Who cares? Do you really care? Because that's one thing that could be holding you guys back, is how other people look at you, or how you think people are going to think about you because you're sharing this plan before you made $1 million in the market. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter. Like, have that belief like, look, this thing works. I believe in the value because I did my research, and most people are charging $10, $20, $50,000 for this type of education and don't even have this much value. There's no other on earth you can get 70 educators, right? 70 educators, 60 videos that are revamped all the time by Daisy, part 1 and part 2, part 3s. Oh, we're gonna redo them to make them look even better. Guys, you don't even deserve that. We paid $200. $200, guys. We don't deserve any more new products. We don't deserve a Daisy being in the lab every day, making new videos. We don't deserve our educators coming to the platform every day, doing all around the clock education for $200. We're stealing here. We're literally stealing. And when you understand that, when you understand the power, I didn't get here where I'm at by chasing the comp plan. I got here because I understood, oh my gosh, y'all trying to mess up the trading game. That's how I got here. Not, oh my gosh, the comp plan is super fire. No, the comp plan is fire. Guess what? Great. But the way you run through the comp plan is understanding that your product is undeniable. Understanding your product is undeniable. Like Randy said, he had the meeting with his feet up. Me too. I do the presentation just like this, put it here and say, yeah, it's fire, right? So you ready? That's all you have to say. That's literally all you have to say, guys, because we have an undeniable product that people can't afford to say no to. Guess what? Guess what? The people that don't have money can't afford to say no to this because they need the money. And the people who have money can't afford to say no to this because there's not too many other ways to grow your money fast. And only thing people with money want to do is grow the money they have. So we are literally in a situation where nobody can deny you. All of my uplines in my career, all of my uplines in my 6-year career are in this company. All the people that I thought had too much money to go talk to, trade now. All the people from the doctors and lawyers, guys, I bought a Lamborghini, and the lady who sold me the Lamborghini, only thing she talked about the whole time was, hey, I seen your videos, I need you to teach me how to trade. And she was rich herself, she got a Wraith. You know, like at the end of the day, we have a service, a product that's undeniable, guys. And this is one thing I will forever preach, because it's not no trick. It wasn't no signing up a bunch of leaders. It wasn't no crazy huge events. It wasn't no good camera shots, no good videos. It wasn't YouTube. Guys, I just started all that this year. It was, oh my gosh, y'all are gonna mess up the trading industry by charging this low and giving away this much value and getting all the best traders that you see coming up and putting them under one roof. People not seeing what's going on here. Chris is a genius. Like, if you really sit back, you'll see what Chris is putting together here. And we have the opportunity to be 80% of Chris. I mean, let's be honest, they're putting like 70% back into the comp plan. We got like 80% of being Chris without having to pay for the lawyers, without having to pay for without having to pay for all the back end stuff. You getting a free business to turn into a 6-figure a year or 7-a-year income, guys. I count every check I get, I screen free bands. Why? Because I trade, for one. I've been trading for 5-6 years. And guys, every check is free. It was a free business. What you gonna count the $15? Be serious. It was a free business. So understand, as an independent business owner, as having this opportunity, guys, you gotta really go out on the belief level of understanding I'm in a win-win-win situation, right? And I'm at the groundbreaking floor of something people are gonna be praising about. You don't wanna be looking back and saying, wow, there goes my cousin, he just hit Chairman 50. I should have hit him up. Because there's people already in the company saying that. There's people already in the company that have missed out. You guys, you know how many leaders and chairmen I done missed out on just because I didn't know in the beginning. I didn't know how far this would go. Guys, it's time to stop not knowing. It's time to stop doubting. And it's time to go all in on this thing. No matter what rank you hit in the past, no matter what rank you're at right now, no matter if you just got started, just go all in, share this thing with everybody you know. Guys, put some money back into your business. If you're making some money, invest some money back into your business to make more eyes see you. Guys, we're in 2019. Start building up brands. Like, guys, like I told you, I struggled for 12 months to decide if I should do something I knew I'd been needed to do. That's build a brand, show myself more, right? China said, tell your story. Tell your story. Let people know, hey, there's other people in this industry. There's other type of people that's not like the ones y'all seen all these years. There's other type of people. Guys, trust me, I know how to dress, but this is a part of my marketing scheme. This is a part of my marketing because I'm telling you, it's other people here. It's other people that can win. Tell your story, guys. Believe in who you are. Believe in what you do, but believe in this system as well, guys, because we're not going nowhere besides the top. So Lawrence, Tamara, I'm going to throw it back to you guys because, you know, I could go on and on and on. I have to come up out of all of this. I'm sweating over here. It's hot. I'm so pumped up. It's 12 o'clock. Woo! They probably about to kick me out of this Airbnb. I'm yelling in here. They like, woo.
Hey, everybody, drop some fire emojis for my main man, Gary Roberts, man. That guy, I told you, you had to say the best for last. His story is so compelling to let you know you can go. He put some online the other day, go from 2 felonies to $2 million, I mean, in the last couple of years. So, you know, it's incredible, the stories we have.
Last year, tell IML hot.
Oh, okay. My bad, last year. That's awesome. I mean, again, man, I love you to death, man. You're just such a genuine guy. And I thank you for all the things you do behind the scenes for the team and always being there when I ask for you. And I know you're busy, but you know, I just want all of our leaders to see that this team has major talent. We have some fantastic leaders, as you guys can see. Our thing is this: every leader's job is to be in the back of the room. So we're looking for people who want to step up and become a part of this chairman vault. That's why we unlocked it today, so you guys can get in and get the combination to get into the chairman vault. So, you know, I appreciate everyone getting on this call today. I'm super excited, you know, for all the journey we've gone on with the Rich Girls Trade team the past 3 years. I know we have a lot of different teams within our team, but I'm just thankful and grateful for everyone that's on this call. And thanks for all you guys sticking on this call for 3 hours. That shows your commitment. That shows your work ethic. That shows the fact that you want to learn and become great. So I dare you to go out there and be great. So with that said, on behalf of my lovely wife, this dime piece next to me here, y'all, I say thank you guys. We get you guys on the next call. We see you guys at the top. We see you from the top. And make sure you get to Vegas. Get to Vegas. We're going to have some fun when we get out to Vegas. Make sure you get registered, okay? So with that said, let's go get it.